I started as the master of Jin Feng's Ayulu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 226, The Two Swordsmen, As Long as They Believe. Chen was calm and in meditation, practicing the heavenly demons and seal. But other places seemed very uneasy. The three killer monks entered the city. Many people knew about it. County Magistrate's mansion when Yifan and Chen were in the study. When Yifan was the initiator of the incident, so of course he was concerned about the situation of the three killer monks. But now the three killer monks were crushed and killed by Guanqi of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, and the Golden Plum Bottle was also obtained by Guanqi. I didn't expect that Xianaya Pavilion had sent someone to take charge. I made some mistakes in my calculations this time, and I thought that the Golden Wind and Rain Tower could not hold up, when Yifan said in a deep voice. Now the Golden Wind and Rain Tower not only held up, but also killed the three killer monks, which also frustrated the arrogance of the Qinglong Temple, but in this way, they have become a main force against the Qinglong Temple. Brother Wen, we should contact them when we have time, Chen, who is opposite him, said. Even if I don't go to see them, they will come to see me, when Yifan said in a deep voice. Release the news yourself. How could the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower give up when it has such strength? Notify Helian Xiaoyao to come back. This kid has a strong sense of crisis. He left in a hurry after I left. Let him come back and continue to contact the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, when Yifan said. Let's put the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower's matter aside for now. What do you think of Zhai Xianyan's death? Who do you think did it? Chen asked, changing the subject. It should be someone arranged by Li Wei to do it. I thought Li Wei would not do it. It turns out he was waiting for such an opportunity. I underestimated him before, when Yifan said. Everyone's eyes were focused on the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower and the three killer monks, but he arranged for someone to kill Zhai Xianyan. It was unexpected. It's normal that Li Wei can sit in the position of left governor for so many years, but even if he is not simple, what can he do? His strength is at most at the level of unity of spirit and soul. Killing him is as easy as pie. Do you want me to kill him for you? Chen said. Killing him is very simple, but if I kill him, I might be in danger. This Li Wei was left in Lingnan County to balance me. Let him live for a while, and when I become the governor of the 9 northern counties, it won't be too late to kill him, when Yifan said. On the other side, Li Wei was sitting in the study, thinking alone. Today, Chen said that he would kill Zhai Xianyan, and he got the news in the evening. This Chen is not only powerful, but also knows how to use momentum. I just don't know how he killed Zhai Xianyan. I will have someone take a close look at Zhai Xianyan's body tomorrow, Li Wei thought to himself. He wanted to analyze Chen's killing method from Zhai Xianyan's body. Of course, he now began to pay attention to Chen. Maybe we can enter a deeper level of cooperation with this Chen, but this time, the three killer monks of Qinglong Temple died in Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and the Golden Plum Bottle was lost. I don't know what Qinglong Temple will do, Li Wei murmured. In Lingnan County, many people stayed awake all night. The next day, the three killer monks of Qinglong Temple died at the hands of Guanqi of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The news that the Golden Plum Bottle was obtained by Guanqi was discussed by people. Guanqi of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is really strong. It is not difficult for him to kill 3 people alone. I am afraid that Guanqi may be the strongest person in our Lingnan County for the time being. What kind of power is Xianaya Pavilion behind Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? How can it be so strong? Many people said. Who knows? Xianaya Pavilion has never appeared before, but Guanqi is very strong, but I am afraid he can't protect the Golden Plum Bottle. Last night, the power of the Golden Plum Bottle was really magical. It was able to be saved even if the throat was pierced. Once this news comes out, someone will definitely come to rob it, one person said. It's so powerful. How can a bottle have such magical power? Some people said puzzled. Who knows, but it is rumored that this Golden Plum Bottle was circulated in a secret place in Dachu. It's impossible. With such a treasure, Dachu can still perish. Some people don't believe it. In the inn, Chen opened his eyes from his meditation. Now he has cultivated the heavenly demons and seal. A black key began to flow in his palm. These black key were as agile as silk threads, and then a black mark was vaguely formed. When the mark appeared, a wave of qi flowed out from the mark. Su Chen clenched his palm, and the mark disappeared. Although the power is quite strong, it consumes a lot. I estimate that after using it twice, there will be very little qi left in my body. Su Chen sensed the power of qi in his body and frowned slightly. It can't be used as a conventional means. It can only be used as a trump card, Su Chen thought to himself. Now according to his strength, using the heavenly demon's end seal can definitely severely damage the strong man with the unity of spirit and soul. I still need to continue practicing to improve my strength. Su Chen got off the bed. After a simple wash, he walked out of the inn. The sound of discussion in the hall was endless and very lively. Su Chen didn't care and ate something simple. Then he returned to the mountain and river gate. This time when he went down the mountain, he made a fortune. He got the golden plum bottle, practiced the heavenly demon's end seal method, got the deed of the restaurant and bank from Li Wei, and got 2 orange lottery cards. This is a huge harvest. As long as Zhai Xianyan's industry, then I will meet him after Li Wei takes over, inside the Shan Gate. Kui Wuhu has returned, and there are 2 people following him, 2 men with long swords on their backs. The aura emanating from these 2 people is extremely sharp. The 2 of you will return later, please restrain your own aura, you must respect the master, Kui Wuhu said. Behind him, the 2 looked at each other, with a hint of bitterness in their eyes. There was a hint of fear in the resentful eyes looking at Kui Wuhu. This guy is a lunatic. I don't know how he knew that the 2 of them were born in the village, and he also investigated some of their details. Threatened them with the entire village to join the Shan Gate. They know about the Shan Gate. A very young man who has just taken charge of the Shan Gate. Such a person simply cannot survive in Lingnan County today. While they were thinking in their hearts, Su Chen had already stepped into the hall. Meet the master, Kui Wuhu immediately greeted Su Chen when he saw him. Su Chen looked at Kui Wuhu with a satisfied look on his face. Kui Wuhu had contributed 2 orange lottery cards to him. He deserves credit. Then his eyes swept over the other 2 people standing in the hall. Why don't you come and greet the master? Kui Wuhu saw that the 2 did not greet him, and his face turned cold. The 2 immediately greeted Su Chen. Master, I didn't find the shadow, and Xu Hansheng didn't join, and I killed him. These 2 decided to join our sham sect. Kui Wuhu then spoke. 2 strange swordsmen. Su Chen looked at the 2, and suddenly a huge amount of energy and blood burst out of his body, pressing on the 2. Although he didn't know how Kui Wuhu got the 2 to join, there was a kind of unconvinced aura on them. He wanted to suppress it. The sham sect only believed in him. Chapter 227, 5 Poison Boys, Flower-Loving Treasure Mirror. Inside the hall, the 2 strange swordsmen sensed the suppression of qi from Su Chen, and their faces changed instantly. A sharp sword energy appeared around them, trying to tear apart Su Chen's suppression of qi. But the sword energy they burst out seemed to encounter a swamp, sinking into it, and had no effect. Double strange swordsmen, brothers of the Cao family, show your full strength. Let me see what's special about you 2 strange swordsmen. Although you have been recruited, your strength is too weak, and you can't work under me, Su Chen said coldly. The purpose of recruiting these people is to introduce the people who appeared on his side. So these people are dispensable. Hearing Su Chen's words, the 2 looked at each other. The long swords on their backs were unsheathed in an instant and fell into their hands, one with a left hand and the other with a right hand, and they felt complementary to each other. Then I'm sorry. At the same time that Cao Da spoke, the 2 instantly attacked Su Chen. Su Chen clenched his palms into fists, and his fists were covered with iron. He punched out with both fists, and his fists collided with a stabbing long sword. Clang clang. There was a sound of metal and iron intersecting. The arm is as hard as iron. Seeing this, the faces of the 2 brothers of the Cao family changed. Suddenly, they increased the speed of their swords, and the swordsmanship of the 2 began to change. The direction of the attack became vicious and weird. The 2 strange swordsmen, they used weird sword moves. The sword moves changed without traces, and the speed became faster. They wanted to reverse this unfavorable situation. When their sword moves changed, a burst of energy appeared around Su Chen, and his whole body seemed to have a layer of gold and iron. When the sword moves touched the opponent, it still couldn't penetrate Su Chen's defense. The 2 did not expect this to happen. I am a little disappointed with your strength. It seems that you haven't shown your best skills. Let me put some more pressure on you. Vajra cracked demon. Boom. Su Chen's aura began to surge, and a violent and fierce energy surged out of his body. Then he kicked the ground with his foot, and a crack appeared on the floor tile in an instant, and his body shot directly at the two. Fists blasted out. Seeing this, the two hurried to resist. Bang! Ki burst out from the two swords, but they were still knocked back by Su Chen's punch. The moment the two people who were knocked back stabilized their bodies, a sharp sword energy appeared in their bodies. Since the headmaster wants to see my trump card, then let's show it to the headmaster. The Xiao brothers were also really angry at this moment, and they directly used their trump cards. Boom! The ki on their bodies burst out, and the strength of the peak of soul refining was fully unleashed. The ki surged, and it suddenly spread around like a terrifying force, and there was also a sharp sword energy in this aura, which immediately made Su Chen feel suppressed in his realm. This still needs to be suppressed, otherwise, if I suppress my own strength and fight against myself, how can I subdue them? Looking at this amazing sword energy, Su Chen thought in his heart. While speaking, his body shot straight towards the two people. What he showed now was the strength of his physical body, and he also wanted to use his physical strength to violently subdue the two people. King Kong's Henshin. Su Chen's body began to change at this moment. His body was like a huge mountain. He kicked the ground with his feet and shot out directly. He slapped his hands with his palms. His palms slapped out like a huge millstone, with strong power fluctuations, attacking the two people. Kui Wu, who was watching the battle, saw Su Chen's power fluctuations at this time. There was a gleam in his eyes. The power of the headmaster is so terrifying, Kui Wu exclaimed in amazement. Boom! At this time, the Xiao brothers also drew their swords. In an instant, their palms collided with their swords. Two terrifying ki burst out at this moment. Bang! The air collided with his ki, making a sound like a tide. Su Chen's body retreated, stepped on the ground and took a few steps back. His feet collided with the ground, and several deep pits appeared directly. And it also made the whole hall shake a little. On the other side, the Xiao brothers were shaken and flew backwards. Their sword energy was sharp, but they could not break Su Chen's defense. So under Su Chen's violent power, they were shaken and hit the wall. Puff! The two spurted blood from their mouths, and their bodies fell to the ground as if struck by lightning. Their bodies were as if eroded by a flame, and the internal ki was like a boiling flame, burning them. This made them extremely horrified. They didn't think much of Su Chen before. Who would obey him if he took advantage of the situation to become the head of shaman? But they didn't expect that the other party was so strong. These two people will be under your management in the future, Su Chen said to Kui Wu. Although he didn't know how Kui Wu got these two people to join shaman, he was very satisfied with the result. Kui Wu's strength was a little worse. But with the assistance of these two people, he would definitely be able to do more things. Thank you, head. Kui Wu knelt down in front of Su Chen and thanked him. The Xiao brothers were already supporting each other at this moment, and saluted Su Chen. Take them down and heal their wounds, my shaman still needs to grow stronger, Su Chen said. Yes, Kui Wu took the two away. This ground needs to be repaired again. I didn't expect that I'm such a violent person, Su Chen couldn't help but say as he looked at the ground. Then he turned around and stepped out of the master's hall and returned to his own cultivation cave. He continued to take out the golden plum bottle to study it, obtain the golden plum bottle, complete the task, and reward one side effect elimination card. Su Chen was stunned. He didn't expect the task reward to come at this time. He thought he could get it just after he got the golden plum bottle. Side effect elimination card should be just a chicken rib, it should be useless, Su Chen thought in his heart. He is now practicing the heavenly demons and seal method, and he is not at all opposed to the demonic energy in the golden plum bottle. So whether there's this reward or not is of little use to him. Check this side effect elimination card. After checking, Su Chen's eyes lit up. Because this side effect card can be used not only by him, but also by others. This side effect card is used on Guan Qi. Su Chen thought for a while and decided to give this side effect card to Guan Qi. The outside world knows that Guan Qi has obtained the golden plum bottle. If Guan Qi has the golden plum bottle in the later stage of the battle, then his combat power will definitely be improved a lot. Guan Qi, who is not afraid of death, can imagine how terrifying it is. Then it sounded. When I got the golden plum bottle, I got 2 orange lottery cards. I drew them without hesitation. After all, there is no hint for the orange lottery cards. So there is no need to keep more. Draw 2 cards first and keep 1 card. Congratulations to the host for getting the character Wudu Tongzi and getting an Lianhu Bao Jian infusion card. This, Su Chen was pleasantly surprised. Wudu Tongzi is a character in Gulong's novel, The Sentimental Swordsman and the Ruthless Sword. His martial arts may not be very high, but his use of poison can be ranked 3rd. It can be said that his skill in using poison has reached the pinnacle. Chapter 228 Alien Xiaoao reappears and threatens. The 5 poison boys are short like children and are famous for their poison. They can use any plant or animal as a medium to produce poison to kill people. Everyone in the martial arts world is terrified. Their special move is the bliss bug, which is the result of the mating of 7 kinds of divine creatures. They cannot be happy without flesh and blood. In the process of hunting down Li Zunhuan, they killed 392 people without showing their faces. There is a very scary scene. Master Xingmei and Yanqi exchanged food many times to avoid being poisoned. As a result, the people around them were fine, but when it was their turn to eat, they were still poisoned. This shows how unpredictable the 5 poison boys are in using poison. Su Chen didn't expect that he would draw such a person. As for the Lianhu treasure mirror, it was written by the great hero Wang Lianhu in the unofficial history of the martial world with all his life's efforts. It not only contains his martial arts skills, but also records his poisoning skills, disguise skills, Miao people's goo, and mind control skills from Persia. It can be said that with this thing, Su Chen has mastered a disguise. He is interested in poison, goo and mind control. Of course, Su Chen still looked at the realm of the 5 poison boy. He has not reached the realm of heaven and man, but he is only the unity of spirit and soul. However, if he encounters some warriors in the realm of heaven and man, the 5 poison boy can kill them. Find an opportunity to summon the 5 poison boy and keep him by his side. The 5 poison boy is short and small, like a child, and it is completely fine to follow him. Then he began to instill the love flower treasure mirror. Suddenly, a figure appeared in Su Chen's mind, and this figure began to teach him the knowledge in the love flower treasure mirror. Just one time, Su Chen remembered it completely. It seemed to be imprinted in his mind. After a while, Su Chen opened his eyes. This is a big harvest. Su Chen stood up and stepped out of the cave. It is winter now, and the air is cold. The 3 killer monks were killed, and the Qinglong temple made a lot of noise before, which had an impact. I don't know if other people have taken action, Su Chen thought to himself. At this time, at the gate of Lingnan County, a luxurious carriage was moving forward. The carriage was different from the outside world. It was warm. Helian Xiaoyao was lying on the carriage, drinking hot wine. I didn't expect that such a thing would happen just a few days after leaving. Helian Xiaoyao shook his head after drinking a glass of hot wine. Master, where are we going now? Said the strong man driving the carriage outside the carriage. Go to Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. I'll apologize and send things. Helian Xiaoyao's face was very bad. Let others take the responsibility for the mistakes made by others. I'm afraid there will be a big bleed this time. After a while, Helian Xiaoyao's carriage stopped in front of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Wearing a fur coat, he walked into Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. But at this time, Nalan Rongayan appeared in front of Helian Xiaoyao. Commander Helian, you dare to come to my Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, aren't you afraid that our building owner will kill you? Nalan Rongayan looked at Helian Xiaoyao and said, I'm here to apologize. I don't think the Bai building owner will kill me, please help Miss Nalan to report it, Helian Xiaoyao said. Looking at Helian Xiaoyao, Nalan Rongayan said, Commander Helian, please come in. Our host misses you very much. He often says that the gift Commander Helian gave last time was a little small. He heard Nalan Rongayan's words. Helian Xiaoyao was stunned. He wanted to sigh, but he didn't. He knew in his heart that Bai Chaofei thought the gift he gave last time was too little. That was 1,000,000 taels of silver. Master Bai will definitely like my gift this time, Helian Xiaoyao said. Nalan Rongayan said nothing more. After a while, Nalan Rongayan knocked on Bai Chaofei's door. Commander Helian, please come in. After saying that, she turned and left. Helian Xiaoyao pushed open the door. Bai Chaofei was in the room. A force of energy locked on him. Commander Helian, I didn't expect you to come back. Bai Chaofei looked at Helian Xiaoyao and said, Brother Bai, you are joking. I am the commander of the Lingnan County Pacification Division. How can I not come back? Of course, When I went out this time, I found some things for Brother Bai. I believe Brother Bai will definitely like it. Helian Xiaoyao was talking. He took out a yellow book from his arms. He put it directly on the table. 3 Fingers of Azure Dragon. Bai Chaofei looked at Helian Xiaoyao. This is a fingering secret book that I got accidentally. Although there are 2 words of Azure Dragon in the name, it has nothing to do with the Azure Dragon Temple. This is for Brother Bai, and this is the 2 million taels of silver notes I prepared. I believe it will be very beneficial to the future development of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Helian Xiaoyao said. I didn't expect Commander Helian to be so generous, so I will accept it. I will help you suppress this matter, but next time, I won't be able to suppress it. But some things were planted by Commander Helian, and now you need to give me a solution, Bai Chaofei said. Solution? Helian Xiaoyao was stunned when he heard it. Tell us your plan. We, the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, can't stand in the way. Our Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower could have expanded rapidly in this storm, but what about now? We can't open a branch building. Once we open a branch building, we may face the Azure Dragon Temple. This may be what you want to see, but it's not what we want. You should have a detailed plan to deal with the Azure Dragon Temple, tell me. Otherwise, I can let you go, but I don't know about the others, Bai Chaofei said. Hearing Bai Chaofei's words, Helian Xiaoyao's face changed. The threat in the words was very obvious. The money spent was a bit unfair, no wonder it was collected so readily. It turned out that the pit was dug here. I don't know much about this matter. To deal with Qinglong Temple, the main forces this time are the 3rd Prince and the 7th Prince. I belong to the 3rd Prince's faction. The one sent by the 7th Prince is Jiu'ao Shenzhen, but there should be someone behind Jiu'ao Shenzhen. As for who it is, I don't know, but this time, there should be a big force involved in the 9 northern counties. You can contact the county governor, Lord Wen, for the specific way to do this. He is one of the representatives of the 3rd Prince's faction in the 9 northern counties. He notified me to come back. He should be thinking of joining forces with you, Helian Xiaoyao said. When Yifan, Bai Chaofei said in a deep voice, we also want to see him. You go and tell Wen Yifan that Lord Guanqi and I will go to the county governor's mansion tomorrow. I hope the county governor will give us a satisfactory answer, otherwise, Lord Wen will not be able to leave Lingnan County. This is not what I said, it was said by our young pavilion master. Bai Chaofei added a sentence at the end. Young Pavilion Master, the young Pavilion Master of Xianaya Pavilion is really in Lingnan County, Helian Xiaoyao said. When the 3 monks were killed earlier, Guanqi of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower mentioned the young master. Of course, Bai Chaofei said. I'll go see Lord Wen. I believe Lord Wen will give you a good answer then, Helian Xiaoyao said. Then he quickly said goodbye and left, heading to the county magistrate's mansion to discuss the matter. Chapter 229. Banks, gold mines, and laundering. After Helian Xiaoyao left, Nalan Rongayan walked in. Master, the strength of the 7th Prince and the 3rd Prince may not be able to deal with the 1st Prince. According to the information I have collected, the 1st Prince was born to the Queen of the Great Zhou dynasty and is also the strongest among the 9 princes, Nalan Rongayan said. You don't think that Xianaya Pavilion will only choose this path, cooperate with the 3rd Prince and the 7th Prince? But our Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and Xianaya Pavilion is Xianaya Pavilion. Bai Chaofei only said this sentence, and didn't say anything else. But Nalan Rongayan is so smart that she already knows what Bai Chaofei means. She was just shocked in her heart. Your practice must also be improved. The starting point of my Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in Lingnan County is a little stronger than that of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in Qingcheng. Now Qingcheng is expanding towards the outside of the Great Wall and is ahead of us, Bai Chaofei said. Now there are 2 branches of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in Lingnan County. In fact, the 2 branches are also in a state of competition. He is not familiar with Bai Xianayu and Duyuwudi. But they are definitely heroes and will definitely not be content to live in Qingcheng. With his presence in Lingnan County, they did not expand here, but expanded to the outside of the Great Wall. In this case, he must make achievements. I understand, Nalan Rongayan replied. I will go to see Senior Guanqi and Senior Shengwen and tell them about a visit to the county governor's mansion tomorrow. Bai Chaofei walked out of the room after speaking, heading towards the backyard. If Wen Yifan does not show enough sincerity, he may take action. So he plans to invite Shangwen Jinhuang and Guan Qi together. The existence of the two people in the heavenly realm can definitely suppress the other party directly. On the other side, Su Chen has an extra child accompanying him. Although many people are surprised, they did not ask. Now, in Shanmen, Su Chen has established some authority. Inside the cave, Kui Wu Hu, Li Xiangxing, the Xiao brothers, and the Fat Man, 5 people appeared in front of Su Chen. Fatty, how's the investigation of the people in the sect going? Su Chen looked at the Fat Man and said. Although there is no opposition in the Shan sect now, there are still some people who don't obey him. They are just suppressed by him on the surface. Su Chen will not let these people live. Master, this is what I found out, some people who colluded with the outside world to deal with you. Master, the Fat Man put the list in front of Su Chen. Su Chen opened it and saw that there were still many people on it. Master, I will lead people to kill them all, Kui Wu Hu said. He is completely loyal to Su Chen. Now there are still people who oppose Su Chen, so of course he will kill these people for Su Chen. The same is true for the Xiao brothers behind him. They have just joined the Shan sect, and of course they hope to leave a good impression on Su Chen. This is not convenient for you to do. Su Chen turned to the 5 poison boy beside him and said, you do it, don't leave any clues, master, don't worry, they will die silently. The 5 poison boy showed a cruel smile at the corner of his mouth. The people below couldn't help but shudder. But the smile flashed by, and then he returned to innocence, and walked out of the hall. Now that Lingnan County has changed, we still have to continue to absorb masters. Kui Wu Hu, you take the Xiao brothers and continue to select some casual cultivators to join our Shanmen, Su Chen ordered. The 3 killer monks of Qinglong Temple were killed, and the momentum created by Qinglong Temple before disappeared. I believe that those who want to deal with the people of Qinglong Temple will also make a move again. Of course, he is also waiting for news from Bai Chaofei. But preparations must be made. Yes, Kui Wu Hu took the Xiao brothers and left quickly. Master Li, continue to select some qualified disciples, give them resources, and let them break through. The world is turbulent, and we can't miss such an opportunity, Su Chen then said to Li Xiangxing. Don't worry, Master, Li Xiangxing's battle hall was built for attacking. He has been training the selected Shanmen disciples. Master, can we also accept the qualified disciples from the Xian sect into the battle hall? Li Xiangxing thought for a while and asked. There is no Xian sect anymore, they are all Shan sect disciples, Su Chen said. I understand. After that, Li Xiangxing bowed and left the cave. Only Xiaopang was left. At this time, Xiaopang was very fortunate in his heart, and secretly sighed at his luck. He didn't expect that an ordinary disciple of Shan sect who he had bullied casually before would become the master of Shan sect in a blink of an eye. Fortunately, he decisively recognized him as the boss at that time. Boss, I have finished my work here. Do you have any other instructions? The Fat Man did not call Su Chen the master, but the boss. This seemed friendly. Of course, the main reason was that Su Chen did not object. Not yet, but I want you to manage Cheyenne Mountain, Su Chen said. The Fat Man's strength was not good, and he didn't know how to manage it, but there was no way, there were not many people he could trust. So he could only let the Fat Man go. I will manage Cheyenne Mountain. The Fat Man was a little confused, but then he became excited. Boss, what are your requirements or goals for Cheyenne Mountain? The Fat Man asked. To expand resources. Now that the disciples of Shan sect are expanding, resources and money are needed. Your task is to get resources and money. While Su Chen was speaking, he took out the deeds of the bank and restaurant given to him by the left Governor Li Wei from his arms and handed them to the Fat Man. Here are the deeds of the bank and restaurant. We will take over some of them in a while. You take Cheyenne and teach some people to manage them well, Su Chen ordered. The Fat Man took over the deeds of the bank and restaurant. His eyes lit up. Boss, don't worry, I will definitely double the profit of the restaurant. The Fat Man did not mention the bank. Su Chen couldn't help but ask, the money house should be the most profitable. Why don't you have the confidence to double it, boss? The money house business may only maintain some profits. I got the news that the money houses of the Jiqian gang have begun to expand their locations in the 9 northern counties. It is estimated that there will be several money houses of the Jiqian gang in our Lingnan County soon. Once a money house like the Jiqian gang appears, the local money house business in Lingnan County will be very difficult, said the Fat Man. Jiqian gang, Su Chen frowned slightly. The Jinqian gang used to be mainly active in the southern territory of the Great Zhou dynasty. At this time, it appeared in the 9 northern counties. It seems that it is also to deal with the eldest prince and the Qinglong temple. This offensive is very fierce, Su Chen thought to himself. They are expanding, and we can also expand. There is a gold mine over at the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. You can open a few more money houses here. When the time comes, all the gold they ever find will be circulated secretly, Su Chen said. Why take over the money house? The main reason is to help the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower wash out all the gold and circulate it out. Hearing Su Chen's words, the fat man was surprised at first, and then his eyes sparkled. Boss, if our bank expands, we must set aside at least 20% of the profit, said the fat man. They promised to give us 30% of the profit. Now the key is that you have to open a few more banks, and then go directly to Sinel and Rongayan of Jinfeng Ziyu Tower, Su Chen ordered. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 230, Seriously Injured Nai Fenghan, Killed with One Sword. Then, boss, I'll go get ready first. After saying that, the fat man also quickly left the cave. He was full of energy at this moment. After the fat man left, Su Chen fell into deep thought. The money gang began to expand in the 9 northern counties, so the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower had to face them. After all, the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower had killed Sheng Wenzu of the money gang before. I didn't expect that the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower would have so many enemies. Su Chen couldn't help but shake his head and sigh. At this time, a disciple came to report. Master, there is a woman outside the mountain gate, saying that she is from the backyard of the Su family's small building in Qingcheng. Hearing this, Su Chen's eyes condensed. The small building in the backyard of the Su family. It was Zihanyu who lived there before. Zihanyu wanted to see him. Bring her to the master's hall, Su Chen ordered, and got up and went to the master's hall. At this time, outside Lingnan County, a man in a black robe and a bamboo hat was slowly coming towards the Lingnan County government. This person exuded a strong murderous aura. The people who passed by him suddenly felt that they couldn't breathe smoothly. Fortunately, this person walked very fast. Those people didn't suffocate to death. Such a strong murderous aura, some powerful warriors looked at the disappearing back and murmured. Soon, the man in black appeared in front of a cave. 2 figures appeared. When these 2 figures appeared, the black-clothed man who came in front of one of them appeared like a ghost. He raised his hands and grabbed the other's neck with one palm. Crack! With a force, he directly crushed the throat of the captured person. Tells Iokeshu that Nai Fenghan, came to fight him. The voice of the person who came was low and echoed outside the cave. The other person's face was extremely pale. He didn't expect that the person who came was Nai Fenghan, the master of the Ghost Demon Mansion. It is rumored that this Nai Fenghan has been killed by the Great Wisdom Dharma King of Qinglong Temple. But now someone claims to be him. This made him tremble a little. Don't go yet, are you waiting for me to kill you? Nai Fenghan said coldly. The guard quickly retreated and headed into the cave. Inside the cave, Jing Wuming was getting familiar with his own strength. He wanted to combine his current strength with his practice of killing swordsmanship. Captain, there is a man outside who calls himself Nai Fenghan. He wants to see our Zhengaiyu Hall master, the man outside the cave said. Nai Fenghan, Jing Wuming's eyes condensed, and he turned around and stood up. It was rumored that this man was killed by the Great Wisdom Dharma King of Qinglong Temple. But now he appeared here. He wanted to see the other party. Nai Fenghan's strength was in the heavenly realm. He now had the unity of strength and spirit. He had some self-protection methods, so he appeared at the edge of the cave and looked at Nai Fenghan, who was standing not far away with his hands behind his back. Jing Wuming appeared. Nai Fenghan, who was standing with his hands behind his back, sensed Jing Wuming's arrival and turned to look at Jing Wuming. Who are you? Why are you pretending to be Nai Fenghan from the Ghost Demon Mansion? Jing Wuming looked at the other party and said. Hearing Jing Wuming's words, the man wearing a bamboo hat slowly took off his bamboo hat, revealing the true face of Nai Fenghan. Weren't you killed by the Great Wisdom Dharma King? Jing Wuming frowned and said. He sighed in his heart. Many things, what you see and hear are not true. Jing Wuming told Iokeshu that I will wait for him here, If he doesn't come, I will start slaughtering your King Long Hu's branch until he shows up, Nai Fenghan said coldly. Okay, I will go and inform the hall master now. Jing Wuming turned and left. This matter was no longer something he could intervene in. After a while, Xiao Keishu appeared in front of Nai Fenghan and said, I didn't expect you to be alive, but your heart has been eroded and you won't live long. Xiao Keishu shook his head. He could see that the other party was already exhausted. He would die without him taking action. I can't live. I've been hit by the life and death tribulation finger of the great wisdom Dharma King. As long as I use my own power, I will die, but this is enough. Killing you will avenge my son, said the Ghost Demon Mansion Lord Nai Fenghan. As he spoke, a powerful ki burst out from the Ghost Demon Mansion Lord. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew around. His eyes were cold. One punch, if you don't die, I will die. Nai Fenghan clenched his fist, and a layer of black flame appeared on his fist. The flame was extremely cold. Under this cold flame, layers of frost appeared on the ground. With the appearance of frost, Nai Fenghan's ki began to gather. Boom! He kicked the ground with his footsteps, and his figure was as fast as thunder, heading towards Xiaochu Shui. Since you have made a full-strength move, then I will let you see my swordsmanship. Xiaochu Shui held the long sword in his hand. The long sword was raised, and an amazing sword energy wave burst out from Xiaochu Shui's body. The wind and clouds in the sky changed, and a shocking sword energy flowed in the sky, forming a huge long sword. A shocking sword, ghostly heavenly fist, boom. The two's attacks collided. The shocking sword energy penetrated the fist force and slashed towards his body. Bang! Nai Fenghan's body was directly cut off by the sword. Puff! A mouthful of blood spurted out. I didn't expect that I, whose strength has fallen, could not even block your sword. Ghostly Palace Lord Nai Fenghan had unwillingness in his eyes. Plop! Then he fell to the ground. You are exhausted and still looking for me. If I had known this would happen, why did I do it in the first place? But you came to me. It should be that the great wisdom Dharma King deliberately left you alive, Xiao Keishu said. Although there, King Long Society has no grudge with King Long Temple for the time being. But the ghostly palace and the paradise building have been destroyed. Only the King Long Society, which is now extremely powerful, is left. How could King Long Temple not test it? Check the wounds on his body and bury him, Xiao Keishu ordered. From the wounds, we can see some of the methods of the great wisdom Dharma King. Bury him. No matter what, this ghost demon mansion master Nai Fenghan is also a figure. At this time, in the distance, a man in a black cloak took a look at the situation here. He murmured, dead, killed with one sword. Although Xiao Keishu's realm is in the first difficulty of heaven and man, his combat power may have reached the second difficulty of heaven and man. This matter needs to be reported. After saying that, the man in black left quickly. When the man in black left, Xiao Keishu looked in the direction where the man in black left. Is someone targeting our King Long Club? A cold light flashed in Xiao Keishu's eyes. Huh? At this time, Ziyuj Zhangwo appeared beside Xiao Keishu. Now that the Gile Tower and the Ghost Demon Mansion in the 9 counties of the north have been destroyed, it is our opportunity. I will gather the remaining forces of these forces and incorporate them into our King Long Club, Ziyuj Zhangwo said. Now Ziyuj Zhangwo appeared as the February Hall Master of King Long Club. It was difficult to appear in other identities, so he decided to develop in the King Long Society. This is also a method. I'll let a Fei go with you, Xiao Keishu said. After the retreat, a Fei's strength has entered the stage of soul and spirit unity. Together with Ziyuj Zhangwo who has entered the heavenly realm, he should be able to quickly gather the remaining forces of Jili Tower and Gu Aisha Mansion. Chapter 231, No one is afraid of the development. Outside Lingnan County, there is a cave. The weak light inside the cave can only roughly illuminate the outline of the cave. One of the figures is standing in the cave, wearing a mask on his face. Suddenly, a black figure quickly enters the cave. Sir, Nai Fenghan used up his last strength, but was killed by Xiao Keishu with a sword. Xiao Keishu's real combat power should have reached the level of heaven and man. The black figure bowed and reported. Heaven and man. A first-month hall master of the King Long Society has such strength. This King Long Society should be more powerful than the Ghost Demon Mansion and Gile Tower. We should contact them, the masked man said. Sir, the origin of this King Long Society is unknown. Can we use it? The black-clothed man beside him said in a deep voice. As a killer organization, As long as we pay, we don't need to trust them. I just want them to have strength. Have the money sent by the Ghost Demon Mansion and Gile Tower been recovered? Then the masked man said. The money of Gisha Mansion was recovered, but Zyobili of Jililau disappeared and we were unable to track him down, the visitor replied. This Zyobili is good at scheming and hiding. It is difficult to find him. Let's give up tracking him down for the time being, the masked man then said. I will not show up next. You go to meet the people from Xiangsha League in my identity. Xiangsha League. Hearing this, the man in black was startled. Xiangsha League is not a force in the 9 northern counties. Its strength is about the same as that of Qinglong Temple. Of course, if compared with the entire Tantric Buddhism, Xiangsha League is still a little worse. If they want to get involved in the 9 northern counties, of course they have to make an effort. After meeting the people from Xiangsha League, the other 2 forces in Lingnan County should also be allowed to move. We can't let them just watch the show and not make an effort, but if Xiangsha League takes action, I'm afraid the remaining 2 forces in the 9 northern counties will not, the man in black said with some concern. It doesn't matter whether they will or not. With the Azure Dragon Temple weakened and the other 2 coming up, the martial arts world in the 9 northern counties will quickly calm down. As long as it calms down, I believe that with the methods of the eldest prince, those 2 forces can be taken down at any time. In that case, what's the difference between our actions this time and not taking action? So the 7th prince asked the World Alliance to come to the 9 northern counties, just to make the martial arts world in the entire 9 northern counties continue to be in chaos. In this way, the eldest prince will completely lose control of the 9 northern counties. It can also distract the minds of Master Xianmi and the eldest prince. This is a real purpose, the masked man said. Of course, in addition to the World Alliance, the Money Gang also came. There will be some forces that have not yet emerged in the dark, such as the Golden Wind and Rain in Lingnan County and the Azure Dragon Society, the masked man continued. I understand. I will go to see the people from the World Alliance now. After speaking, the black-clothed man quickly withdrew from the cave. Inside the cave, it became quiet, and the masked man slowly took off the mask on his face. He was an old man with a slightly drooping beard and a refined look on his face. If people in the capital saw this person, they would definitely be shocked. This old man was one of the 2 great mentors of the 7th prince, the Taoist Tixu Zhenrun. Shem sect. In the master's hall, Zhenai was standing in the center of the hall in a purple and light blue dress, with a veil covering her face. When Su Chen stepped into the hall, Zhenai was stunned, and a strong look of surprise appeared on her face. She could sense an abnormal fluctuation of qi from Su Chen. His realm was in the middle stage of soul refining, a little worse than hers. But with the qi and blood in his body, it gave her a sense of pressure. No wonder you didn't join my Hanyu sect. It turns out you have such strength. Zhenai looked at Su Chen and said. I think Hanyu saint, you came to me, you should not just come to praise me. Su Chen looked at the other party and said. Of course not, I want to cooperate with Master Su, Zhenai said. The current Su Chen can't be regarded as the previous Su Chen. It can be said that he is a person with power. Cooperation? There should be no cooperation between us, and I also have people to cooperate with, Su Chen said. Eternal Regret Palace, Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Eternal Regret Palace, you can cooperate, but Golden Wind and Rain Tower had better not cooperate. Zhenai said. What do you mean? Although Su Chen guessed a little, he still wanted to ask Zhenai to help analyze it. Zhenai is a direct participant in this matter. He must know a lot. Golden Wind and Rain Tower, now the enemy is not only Qinglong Temple, but also the Money Gang in the south. The Money Gang has a great influence in the south. Now the Money Gang is entering the 9 counties in the north. At that time, the 2 sides will definitely confront each other. In addition to Qinglong Temple, if both parties exert their strength, then your Shanman may become cannon fodder. I think you don't want to be cannon fodder, so if you can get out as soon as possible. As for the Everlasting Regret Palace, you are relying on Murin Qingchen's relationship, so you can continue to cooperate, because Mei Zuanshuang and Murin Qingchen both belong to the same faction of the 4th prince, Zhenai said. I know what you said, and I don't know some of it. Su Chen shook his head. These analyses can be made as long as you know some information. Do you think Qinglong Temple will be destroyed? Zhenai looked at Su Chen and asked back. Qinglong Temple belongs to the Buddhist Tantric sect. How could it be destroyed? At most, it will be weakened, Su Chen said. Indeed, The princes just want to weaken the strength of Qinglong Temple in the 9 northern counties, let the eldest prince keep paying attention to the 9 northern counties and not be able to break through with all his heart and soul, Zihanyu said. In other words, the 9 northern counties will become a quagmire, there will be constant disputes here. Su Chen associated this with Zihanyu's words. That's it, Zihanyu said. But I got news here that when Yifan will become the governor of the 9 northern counties, he is the third prince's man. Once he becomes the governor of the 9 northern counties, I think the third prince should not let the 9 northern counties go for nothing. Shouldn't let the 9 northern counties be in chaos, Su Chen said. If when Yifan wants to become the governor of the 9 northern counties, it depends on the degree of the game, but I don't think he will do well, Zihanyu said. Now that Jiu Ai Divine Lord has been killed, I wonder what the 7th prince behind you will do. You won't just ignore this matter. Su Chen wanted to know this. I don't know either. I just received an order to cooperate with Jiu Ai Divine Lord, but Jiu Ai Divine Lord is probably just a figure on the surface. There should be someone coming from the 7th prince, but I don't know who it is, Zihanyu said. It's a bit complicated, so don't think about it. My current goal is to lead Shanman to become the #1 force in Lingnan County. Since Zihanyu didn't know where the people sent by the 7th prince were, he didn't have to think about it. Everything is based on strength. If he continues to develop, who will he be afraid of? Chapter 232, Storm Rising, Bat Prince, Yuan Suan. Tell me your real purpose. Su Chen looked at Zihanyu and said. After saying so many things, Zihanyu still didn't say the purpose of coming. It's unlikely that he would cooperate with him to deal with anyone. Because Su Chen knew his own limitations, and the power of Shanman could only help. Secret treasure. You have someone now, you can join me to find the secret treasure, Zihanyu said. Secret treasure. Is it really in Lingnan County? Su Chen frowned slightly. It must be there. The golden plum bottle obtained by Guanqi of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is the treasure in the secret treasure. Although I don't know how this golden plum bottle was lost, I can be sure that the secret treasure is in Lingnan County, Zihanyu said with certainty. Lingnan County is so big, you won't let my people search the mountains. Su Chen looked at Zihanyu and said. It's just a search of the mountains. I have locked on several mountains. I can send people to investigate when the time comes, Zihanyu said. This kind of mountain search will definitely arouse suspicion. I don't want to be noticed like this. Once too much is involved, my Shamsek's assets are not enough to compensate. Su Chen shook his head. One of the mountains is Cheyenne Mountain. Today, Cheyenne sect has been controlled by your Sham sect. You can investigate internally. As for the other mountains, I will help you get rid of the leaders of those forces at that time, and you can directly send people to control them. After occupying them, all the profits will be yours, and I won't take any, Zihanyu said. This is the same as Mei Zuanshuang's plan. But this time, you don't have to share the profits with others. In this case, I can help you, Su Chen said after thinking for a moment. What Zihanyu did can help expand quickly. I hope to do this step by step, otherwise, I'm afraid I can't control it. After all, it's impossible to get rich overnight. It's normal to be noticed for the sake of territory. But Su Chen doesn't want to be noticed for searching the mountain. Because it will make people guess what you are looking for. It will be very troublesome if you are targeted. This is our first target for cooperation, Qinling Mountain, Zihanyu said. Qinling Mountain is the mountain range where Qinjianmen is located among the 10 major sects in Lingnan County. Qinjianmen emphasizes swordsmanship, which is extraordinary. It doesn't matter, someone from my side will take action, and I will notify you when the action is taken. You can take people there when the time comes. I won't stay here. I hope we can have a pleasant cooperation. After that, Zihanyu said goodbye to Su Chen and left. Looking at Zihanyu's back as she left, Su Chen frowned slightly, although this matter was beneficial to him. After all, he also wanted to expand. But Zihanyu was really not a simple person. He couldn't be careless. If he was careless, he might end up dying like his father in the past. In the next few days, on the surface, the 9 northern counties seemed very calm, as if nothing had happened. But Su Chen received a secret letter from Bai Tianyu. He knew that the 9 northern counties were really starting to get in chaos. Guan Xianxiao, the leader of the Sword Alliance, appeared in Lingnan County and met with Wen Yifan. Leng Xianxi, the second deputy leader of the Xiangxia League, led the 3 hall masters of Xianmu Hall, Xianshuang Hall, and Xiangfeng Hall of the Xiangsha League to appear in Longbi County in the 9 northern counties. The Jinqian gang from the south opened 36 money houses in the 9 northern counties in one day. Among the 3 major forces in the 9 northern counties, Xiangqun sect and Sifanhu began to clear out the tantric temples within their jurisdiction. This is the official start of the confrontation with Qinglong Temple. I didn't expect such a change in a few days. No wonder Qinglong Temple didn't take action against Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. That's it, they don't have time at all. Su Chen looked at the secret letter in his hand and thought to himself. Then he looked at the lottery card in his hand. He triggered some rewards in the past few days and got 1 orange lottery card. In addition to the 1 orange lottery card left by killing Zhai Xianyan before, he has 2 orange lottery cards on his side. The war broke out. He also needs to increase his strength. After the 5 poison boys appeared, he asked Zhu Xiaoran to go to Qinglonghu and become the head of Qinglonghu Senai Hall. Zhu Xiaoran established Skynet in his previous life. Now that he has become the leader of Senai, he is also quickly forming his own team. During this period, Zhujiangwu and Fei gathered the remaining forces of Jililao and Gishifu. It can be said that Qinglonghu is the strongest killer organization in the 9 northern counties. However, it is still a little short of becoming the dominant killer organization in the 9 northern counties. After all, Gishifu and Jililao are not strong in themselves. If they were strong, they would not be killed at will by Qinglong Temple. The dominant killer organization is now the target of Qinglonghu. Perhaps when Qinglonghu becomes the dominant killer force in the 9 northern counties, he can trigger some rewards. Draw 2 orange lottery cards directly, get the character Bat Prince Yuan Su Ian, get a golden Ganoderma lucidum, the character appears again. Bat Prince Yuan Su Ian is the main character in the Bat legend in the legend of Chu Liu Xiang. Bat Prince Yuan Su Ian is the young master of the first family Washeng Villa and the owner of Bat Island. A young master who appears gentle and kind, but secretly intends to unify the martial arts world and become the overlord of the martial arts world. Of course, Yuan Su Ian's biggest feature is that he is blind. Su Chen checked Yuan Su Ian's strength and found that he was in the 2nd level of Heaven and Man. Seeing this information, Su Chen frowned slightly. He didn't expect Yuan Su Ian's strength to be in the 2nd level of Heaven and Man. At this time, he checked the golden Ganoderma lucidum he had obtained. The golden Ganoderma lucidum can help Yuan Su Ian recover his eyes and improve his skills to the 3rd level of Heaven and Man. Is this to make up for Yuan Su Ian's last defect? But can the Bat Prince who has recovered his eyes still be the Bat Prince? Su Chen couldn't help thinking so in his heart. He immediately summoned Yuan Su Ian. He was dressed in white, a handsome man, but his eyes were lifeless. Meet the master, Yuan Su Ian saluted Su Chen. This is a golden Ganoderma. After you take it, your eyes will be clear again. This world is not the previous world. I think you will be more wonderful. Su Chen took out the golden Ganoderma and handed it to Yuan Su Ian. When Yuan Su Ian heard Su Chen's words, his face showed surprise. Although he has become accustomed to not being able to see, he still hopes that he can see. Take it in my cave and restore your eyes as soon as possible. We still have a lot of things to do next, Su Chen ordered. Yes, Yuan Su Ian nodded and took the golden Ganoderma handed over by Su Chen, and then went into the cave. Su Chen walked out of the cave. Now the big thing has started. He also needs to move. Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower has reached a cooperation with Wen Yifan. Wen Yifan has given Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower a lot of benefits. Chenghan Palace and Zihanayu are also urging them to move. Shanmen is about to expand. When Su Chen thought of this, a sense of heroism rose in his heart. At this time, the stronghold of the Qinglong society. A figure appeared in Xiao Keshu's courtyard. The man was wearing a mask and exuded a fierce aura. Chapter 233 Division of Labor, Killing. Winter. The air was bitterly cold. The bright moonlight fell on the manor like a layer of white frost, making the manor seem particularly quiet. The man in black gave off a fierce aura. But there was no fluctuation in the manor because of the aura of the man in black. It seemed that there was no one in the manor at all. Time continued. Did I find the wrong place? Seeing this, the masked man in black thought to himself. He had searched for a long time before finding this place. But what was the situation with this silence? When he was puzzled, a figure suddenly flew out of the hall in front of him. This figure came directly towards the man in black. The longsword in his hand stabbed out instantly, and a terrifying sword energy swept directly over, killing intent. and the speed was so fast. Seeing this, the man in black looked condensed. When the long sword was about to stab, his body leaned back in an incredible way to avoid the sword. When avoiding the sword, both palms slapped suddenly. A wave of air like a tide slapped towards the black figure. The black figure who attacked turned around and landed in one place. The black figure was wearing a bamboo hat and holding a long sword in his hand, looking at the black-clothed man who was coming forward. "You are not Xiao Keishu." The black-clothed man looked at the man wearing a bamboo hat standing not far from him and said, "I am the head of the SYNOPSIS Hall of the Qilin Society. This is my SYNOPSIS Hall now." The man wearing a bamboo hat was Zhu Xiaoran, who had left Su Chen. Head of the SYNOPSIS Hall of the Qilin Society. The black-clothed man's eyes narrowed slightly when he heard Zhu Xiaoran's words. Previously, the Qilin appeared in this Hangyu Hall and the Eriyu Hall, and now the SYNOPSIS Hall has appeared again. Judging from the sword cultivation that just attacked, this person's strength is higher than that of Xiao Keishu and Zhu Zhangwo when they first appeared. When Xiao Keishu appeared, his strength was at the level of unity of spirit and soul. Zhu Zhangwo's unity of spirit and soul was close to the realm of heaven and man. Now this Zhu Yaoran has appeared and reached the realm of heaven and man. Could it be that the person who appears again will be even stronger? His heart was dignified. "Who are you? What's the matter with you coming to my Qilin Club's SYNOPSIS Hall?" Zhu Xiaoran's voice was low, with an inexplicable chill in his words. Compared with Xiao Keishu and Zhu Zhangwo, this man's aura seems more like a killer, the man in black thought to himself. "This time, we came here mainly to ask the Qilin Club to help us kill a few people," the man in black said. "Kill people? I wonder who they are," Zhu Xiaoran said. Swish. At this moment, a secret letter in the hand of the man in black flew directly to Zhu Xiaoran. The speed was extremely fast, like the light of a knife. Zhu Xiaoran raised his hand and grabbed the secret letter. Longbai County, the abbot of Puhu Temple Huiyin, Bidi County Gongsun family, Gongsun Zan, Kengwu County, the city lord of Kongchun City, Huanfu Rong, they are all the leaders of the top forces attached to the Qilin Temple, Zhu Xiaoran said. As a killer, of course he had to understand the situation of the 9 northern counties. After taking charge of Sanayodang, he immediately asked Jin Feng allow for some information about the forces in the 9 northern counties. "Yes, don't you Qilin who dare to accept it?" The man in black looked at Zhu Xiaoran and said, 3 million taels per person, pay in full at one time. We will make a move after the money arrives, 3 months. If the person is not dead by then, we will return half of the fee, Zhu Xiaoran said. Hearing Zhu Xiaoran's words, the face of the man in black under the mask became very ugly. He didn't expect that the Qilin would ask him to pay first. "This is our rule. If you don't think it through, please leave," the other party pondered, but Zhu Xiaoran would not wait for the other party to decide here. "Okay, I will send the things tomorrow," the man in black said after pondering for a moment. "It doesn't matter. We will make a move after the money arrives. And please don't send it," Zhu Xiaoran said in a cold voice. The man in black glanced at Zhu Xiaoran and left quickly. Zhu Xiaoran glanced at the other person's leaving figure. He turned and entered the hall. Then he activated the mechanism in the house. He came to an underground secret room. The secret room was large, and Jing Wuming, A Fei, Zhu Zhangwo, and Xiao Chu Shui were all in it. Changes have occurred in the 9 northern counties. The man just now should be from the capital, and his strength is not simple, Zhu Xiaoran said. Although he did not use his full strength when he just attacked, he also exerted 70% of his strength. The opponent seemed to dodge in a hurry, but he had actually seen through the speed and direction of his sword. "He wants us to kill 3 people, Zhu Xiaoran said the names of the 3 people. "The leaders of these 3 forces are all of heavenly strength. Do they want to see the strength of our Qilin society?" Xiao Chu Shui said. "The 3 of us each choose 1 person." Then Xiao Chu Shui continued. "The monk Huiyin practiced a tantric martial arts, the golden cicada kung fu. My spear can penetrate his defense. It just so happens that I also want to move the rioting to Longbai County," Zhu Zhangwo said. Now he is in charge of the remaining forces of Gisha Mansion and Jile Tower. Duan Kengaya, the former first deputy owner of Jile Tower, also came under Zhu Zhangwo's command and was in charge of Jile Tower. A Fei is in charge of the Gisha Mansion. Xiao Chu Shui and Jing Wuming are still the previous team. Zhu Xiaoran is gathering some people from the 9 northern counties. Each has a different development.
After taking over Puhu Temple, he will establish a Ryodang in Longbai County. The Xiangsha League is entering over there. If you lead a Ryodang now, I'm afraid you will be targeted, Xiao Chu Shui said in a deep voice. Only by competing in martial arts can you improve your strength, Zhu Zhangwo said. Okay. Xiao Chu Shui and Zhu Xiaoram nodded. Then I will deal with Huangfu Rong, the lord of Kongchen City in Kangwu County next to Lingnan County, Xiao Chu Shui said. As for the remaining Guangxin Zan, I will kill him, Zhu Xiaoran said, then turned and left through another exit. Not far away, the man in black had been staring at the manor, looking at the darkness inside the manor, and frowned slightly. It seems there is another exit. Send the silver tomorrow and see how you guys deal with it, Xiao Chu Shui, Zhu Zhangwo, and another person, the man in black murmured. After speaking, he turned and left. The next day, Su Chen went down the mountain and appeared in front of a restaurant. This was a contact point that Zhi Hanyu gave him later. Wearing a bamboo hat, Su Chen came to the restaurant and said, "Boss, give me a room upstairs." While speaking, he showed the token given by Zhi Hanyu. The shopkeeper saw the token shown by Su Chen, and his expression did not change. "Sir, please follow me." After that, he personally took Su Chen to the backyard of the restaurant. After Su Chen and the shopkeeper passed through a small bamboo forest in the backyard, they appeared in a pavilion. The pavilion is not high, only 2 floors, and the decoration is simple. There is also a pavilion outside the pavilion. In the balcony, Zhi Hanyu, wearing a white long skirt, was sitting in the center, with her hair bun high and 3 jade hairpins inserted in her hair. At this time, Zhi Hanyu was not wearing a veil. She had a beautiful face and a well-proportioned figure. Although she was wearing a white skirt, her graceful outline could still be seen. This is the true face of Zhi Hanyu. Her disguise technique is amazing. When Su Chen saw this person, he knew in his heart that the other party was Zhi Hanyu. Chapter 234, Shocking, Silent Poison. Zhi Hanyu saw Su Chen coming, her beautiful eyes moved slightly, and she waved her hand to let the shopkeeper leave. The shopkeeper bowed and left. "Sit down," Zhi Hanyu asked Su Chen to sit opposite her. In this way, Su Chen could fully see Zhi Hanyu's delicate face and curvy figure. "Master Su, why did you come down the mountain in person?" Zhi Hanyu looked at Su Chen and said. "You are a little slow, so I came to ask. Now the 9 counties in the north are in chaos, which is an opportunity for my Sham sect to expand." Su Chen looked at Zhi Hanyu and said. "I didn't expect that Master Su came here for this matter. I got the news that Mei Zuanshuang is going to take action against Cheyenne Villa, so I'm going to slow down for a while, fearing that you can't control 2 forces at once." Zhi Hanyu looked at Su Chen and said. "Don't worry about this, I recently recruited a poison master." Su Chen looked at Zhi Hanyu and said. "Poison master?" Zhi Hanyu was stunned. She didn't get the news that Su Chen recruited a poison master. "Yes, you don't have to doubt it. As long as you can make a move, I can make them work for me obediently. Otherwise, I will send them to death," Su Chen said coldly. "If you do this, it may affect you," Zhi Hanyu said involuntarily. In today's world, the Jianghu does not need heroes, but heroes. Those who follow me will prosper, and those who go against me will perish. This is the way now, Su Chen said coldly. Of course, Su Chen said this with confidence. There may be people on his side at any time, and there is no shortage of people loyal to him. So he dares to kill. Dare to do this. Hearing Su Chen's words, Zhi Hanyu's beautiful eyes flashed with a hint of surprise. This is the potential of a peerless overlord. "Okay, I will arrange it as soon as possible, but once you occupy Lingnan County, I am afraid you will encounter some powerful forces. At that time, Mei Zuanshuang and I may not be able to help you." Zhi Hanyu looked at Su Chen and said. "I don't rely on you. Do you know? You are now poisoned, but this poison is not given by me." Su Chen looked at Zhi Hanyu and said. Zhi Hanyu was startled when she heard Su Chen's words. She was just sitting here, not drinking or eating anything. There was no strange smell in the air. How could she be poisoned? "You can use your mirror to look at your forehead, don't use your ki to force the poison out. Once you use ki, the poison will spread faster." While Su Chen was talking, he picked up the teapot on the stone table in front of him and poured himself a cup of tea. Zhi Hanyu stood up and walked into the pavilion. In the pavilion, Long Po looked at Zhi Hanyu, who came in, and was startled. Because there was a layer of purple between Zhi Hanyu's eyebrows. "Miss, You are poisoned, Long Po said nervously. Zihanayu's eyes changed, and she stood in front of a mirror and saw the purple between her eyebrows. Her expression was horrified. Miss, I will use my key to help you force the poison out, Long Po said. No, this poison was given by Su Chen. He recruited a poison expert. I just sat opposite Su Chen and didn't see him, and I was poisoned, Zihanayu said in a deep voice. Miss, she didn't move, and that person didn't show up. How could she be poisoned? The dragon lady showed a puzzled look on her face. Luongpo, you are poisoned too. At this time, Zihanayu saw that the purple color appeared between the eyebrows of the dragon lady. And she immediately spoke. Seeing this, the dragon lady unconsciously circulated her key. She wanted to check whether she was poisoned. When she circulated her key, her face changed and a mouthful of blood spurted out of her mouth. By the way, don't circulate key to force out the poison in your body. Seeing this, Zihanayu hurriedly said. The dragon lady immediately dispersed her own key. She walked to the mirror and saw the purple color between her eyebrows, and her expression became horrified. This Su Chen actually recruited such a poison expert? It's a bit scary, miss. We thought Su Chen was a little simple before, the dragon lady said. She didn't think highly of Su Chen before. In her eyes, Su Chen relied on Mu and King Chen to get to the top. But now the other party has recruited a master of poison. He poisoned the two of them without anyone noticing. It can be seen that this master of poison has a method. Killing people invisibly is like this. He is indeed not simple. Let's go and meet Su Chen. Let him help me detoxify my body first. Zihanayu turned and left the pavilion, and came to Su Chen with Long Po. Let your people help us detoxify our bodies first. Zihanayu looked at Su Chen and said. Su Chen picked up the teapot and poured a glass of water for each of them. Drink this, and the toxins in your body will disappear, Su Chen said. The two did not hesitate and drank the water that Su Chen poured for them directly. Then they found that the purple color between each other's eyebrows began to dissipate. They breathed a sigh of relief at the same time. No matter who it is, knowing that they are poisoned, they will definitely be afraid. Now, you don't have to worry about whether I can swallow these forces, Su Chen looked at Zihanayu and said. With such a person by your side, I am a little afraid of you, Zihanayu looked at Su Chen and said. There was a hint of charm in her eyes. Su Chen, who was opposite him, smelled a faint fragrance in his nostrils. This fragrance was particularly intoxicating. Although the fragrance was fragrant, it was poisonous. After being instilled with the flower-loving treasure mirror, Su Chen might not be as good at using poison as the 5 poison boys, but he would not lose to the 5 poison boys in identifying poisons. As long as they are not enemies, you will be fine. Cheyenne Mountain, I have secretly sent people to patrol. As soon as there is news, I will notify you, Su Chen said calmly. It seemed that he did not notice that Zihanayu was poisoning. Within 3 days, I will help you take down Qin Jianmen. Zihanayu looked at Su Chen while speaking. There was a kind of affectionate look in her beautiful eyes. She wanted to see the changes in Su Chen's complexion and body. But there was no change on Su Chen's face, and there was no abnormal movement in his body. She was confused. Did the poison I applied fail? Saintess, you don't have to look at me like that. After all, you were my stepmother, and you are a little old. We are not suitable. Also, don't poison me next time. Your poisoning methods are a little inferior, Su Chen looked at Zihanayu and said. There was some contempt in his tone. Zihanayu heard Su Chen's words and knew that she had taken action and was noticed by Su Chen. But the following words made her very angry. What do women care about most? The first is appearance, and the second is age. Su Chen actually said that she is old. She is only in her 20s now. Just a little older than Su Chen. Long Po, send Master Su away. Zihanayu directly asked someone to send Su Chen away. Then goodbye, no need to send me off. Su Chen stood up, put on his hat and left. Looking at Su Chen's back as he left, Zihanayu said in a deep voice, find out as soon as possible, who is the poison master he recruited. Although she is cooperating with Su Chen now, who knows if they will become enemies in the future. If it was an enemy, it would be their nightmare if they had such a master of poison. So they had to find out who this master of poison was. It was better to take precautions. Chapter 235 Zuanayan Tower, Li Muiying. Outside the restaurant. Su Chen left, and the 5 poison boy did not show up. As long as no one finds him, his poison can threaten many people. Of course, This world is not the previous world, and there should be masters of poison and detoxification. Don't be careless, be cautious. The summoned characters are strong, but they are not immortal. They will die. Su Chen went to the mansion of the Left Governor Li Wei. Now the situation in the 9 northern counties has really changed. This Left Governor Li Wei should have made some moves. Of course, Su Chen went to see the other party, and he also wanted to see the layout of the Qinglong Temple through him. When Su Chen came to Li Wei's mansion, a carriage slowly came from behind him. In front of the carriage was a man in a black and white long gown, holding a bamboo sword in his hand. There was a fierce murderous intent emanating from his body, which made many passers-by retreat and dare not approach. Su Chen sensed this fierce breath and looked behind him. At this time, the carriage passed by him. The breeze blew up the curtain. A fragrance came from the curtain. It was a woman. Su Chen couldn't help but look inside the car. A woman sat in the car, a woman of astonishing beauty. Long hair and eyebrows. A pair of black and white pupils, a little moist, give people a sense of spirituality and beauty. The lips are thin and rosy, but that astonishingly beautiful face, for some reason, gives people a very cold and daunting feeling. The woman sat on the carriage, a long white shawl wrapped lightly around her delicate body, very young. But Su Chen could vaguely feel a pressure from her. The other party's strength is not to refine the soul, but to achieve the unity of spirit and soul. Su Chen was surprised. How could such a woman suddenly come? This is the most beautiful face among the women he has seen. Of course, not to mention temperament, Murin Qingzhen is the most extraordinary in temperament. And the other party is very young, but she has achieved the unity of spirit and soul. The practice of a warrior is not only about qualifications, but also about resources. The combination of the two can achieve unlimited achievements. This is also the reason why many forces occupy the territory. This woman has entered the state of unity of spirit and soul at this age. Her qualifications and the power behind her are definitely not simple. Su Chen retracted his gaze and continued to move forward. The carriage seemed to be in the same direction as him. When Su Chen arrived at the residence of the Left Governor Li Wei, the previous carriage had already stopped at the gate of the residence. The woman sitting in the carriage came out. At this time, she had put on a bamboo hat with a beaded curtain, not wanting people to see her face. Outside Li Wei's residence, an old man seemed to have been waiting here for a long time. When he saw the woman getting off the car, he immediately stepped forward and took the woman into the residence. Then the servants led the carriage to the courtyard and took care of it. I'm here to see Li Wei. Su Chen saw this situation and his eyes condensed slightly. He also came to the front of Li's residence and took out the token from his arms. The guards outside the residence saw the token in Su Chen's hand and quickly entered the courtyard. At this time, in the hall of the residence, seeing the woman appear, Li Wei immediately left the hall. Why are you back at this time? Li Wei looked at the woman and said. From the tone, it can be seen that this woman is not a guest, but a family member of Li Wei. Father, if I don't come back, you may be in danger this time. The woman who came in took off her hat. The old housekeeper next to her took the hat and then left the hall. For the time being, they should not attack me, Li Wei said. Not necessarily, the woman shook her head. I have now become the third princess of Zuan'an Tower. I got the information that Wen Yifan is going to kill you first, the woman then said. Wen Yifan wants to kill me, Yinger, is this true? Li Wei's face changed when he heard this. This woman is Li Wei's only daughter, named Li Mu'ang, who is a disciple of Zuan'an Tower, which is second only to the 3 major forces in the 9 northern counties. It can be said that she has the same strength as the Sword Alliance. We in Zuan'an Tower have been paying attention to the situation of the Sword Alliance. Guan Xianchao brought his apprentice Gu Tong to Lingnan County and met Wen Yifan. Among the things they talked about, there was killing you, so my daughter came back, Li Mu'ang said. This Wen Yifan actually attacked me. Why didn't Qinglong Temple give me any news? Li Wei frowned slightly. Qinglong Temple is now shrinking. The Xiangsha League, the Money Gang and other forces have come to the 9 northern counties to suppress Qinglong Temple. The Xianquan sect and the 4 Directions Association are now openly confronting Qinglong Temple. Even if Qinglong Temple has a strong foundation, it can't withstand the attacks of so many forces. How can I care about you now? Li Mu'ang said. According to reason, this Wen Yifan should not attack you at this time. What did you do? Then she asked. I arranged for someone to kill Zhai Xianayan and cut off Wen Yifan's backup in Lingnan County. Li Wei said. Father, you are a little too hasty. Make arrangements as soon as possible and return to Zuan'an Tower with me. I will hide in Zuan'an Tower for a while. My Zuan'an Tower is now being wooed by various parties. Wen Yifen should not tear his face with my Zuan'an Tower at this time. By the way, who is the one who killed Zhai Xianan? We can hand him over to Wen Yifen first to buy us some time, Li Muang said. I'm afraid it won't work to hand him over. Li Wei shook his head. During this period, Su Chen formed an alliance with Mei Zuanshuang of Changhan Palace and Bai Tianyu of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Once they take action against Su Chen, these two forces will not let him leave Lingnan County. Master, Su Chen, the leader of Shanmen, is here. The housekeeper standing outside the door came in and said. Speak of Xiao Xiao will come. This Su Chen is the one who killed Zhai Xianan, Li Wei said. Hurry up and invite Master Su, soon. Su Chen, wearing a bamboo hat, was led into the hall. He looked at Li Muang in the hall and was slightly startled. Master Su, how come you have time to come here? Li Wei didn't understand why Su Chen came here. Master Li, I came here to ask you, do you know when Wen Yifen will leave the 9 northern counties? Recently, my Shan sect is preparing to expand and become the largest sect in Lingnan County, Su Chen said. The largest sect in Lingnan County. Hearing Su Chen's words, Wen Yifen's pupils suddenly shrank. This Su Chen's ambition is really big enough, Master Su. The strength of your Shan sect is not enough for some sects in Lingnan County. Li Wei shook his head. I am cooperating with Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Hanyu sect, Changhan Palace, and you, Master Li, to become the largest force in Lingnan County. It's not a fantasy at all. In the next 2 days, our Shan sect will be able to annex Qinjian sect and Xian Villa. In this way, my Shan sect will become the largest gang in Lingnan County in terms of numbers, Su Chen said. Hearing Su Chen's words, Li Wei showed surprise on his face. Li Wei was surprised that Su Chen not only cooperated with Changhan Palace and Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, but also cooperated with Hanyu sect. It was beyond his imagination. Chapter 236 Who uses whom? Taoism, takes Zhenrun. Li Muang, who was standing next to Li Wei, looked at Su Chen with a slightly concentrated look. In her previous thoughts, she would hand Su Chen over to Wen Yifen. This would buy them some time to leave. But now the other party has cooperated with the Changhan Palace, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and Hanyu sect. If they hand it over, they probably won't be able to leave Lingnan County tonight. My father will be away from Lingnan County for a while recently, and I'm afraid I can't help you for the time being, Li Muang said on the side. Leaving Lingnan County, are you going to escape, Lord Li? This is a bit unkind. Su Chen looked at Li Wei and said. Li Wei had asked him to cooperate in the early stage, but now he wants to run away. Is he playing with him? Master Su, it's not that I'm unkind. In this situation, it will become more and more difficult for people who stand in the open, so it's a good thing to be able to leave, Li Wei said in a deep voice. When Yifen wants to kill him, can he not leave? Master Li, you asked me for cooperation before, but now you want to leave? This is not a good habit. Su Chen's tone was cold. There was a flash of doubt in his eyes. Li Wei was much more imposing before. Could he be threatened? He looked at Li Muang beside him. Seeing Su Chen looking at Li Muang, Li Wei immediately introduced, Xiaoying, this is Su Chen, the head of Shaman. Zhai Xianan was killed by Su, the head of the sect. Su Chen, this is my daughter Li Muang, the third princess of Zuan'an Tower. Hearing this, Su Chen frowned slightly. He didn't expect that this woman was actually Li Wei's daughter, and the third princess of Zuan'an Tower. Zuan'an Tower's status in Lingnan County is similar to that of the Sword Alliance, and both are forces second only to the 3 major forces. Of course, in terms of real strength, Zuan'an Tower is still a little worse than the Sword Alliance. After all, there is Guan Xianxiao, a strong swordsman in the Sword Alliance. Hello, Miss Li. Su Chen bowed slightly to the other party. I don't know why Lord Li Wei is in such a hurry to leave. Li Wei is one of the chess pieces he has laid out in Lingnan County. Nothing can happen for the time being, and he can't leave. Because you killed Zhai Xianayu, when Yifen wants to kill my father, so I want to take my father to Zuan'an Tower, Li Muang said. Are you sure that when Yifen wants to take action at this time? If so, then make sure when Yifen can't take action, Su Chen said coldly. You can't kill Wen Yifen, and you can't kill Wen Yifen. Li Muang looked at Su Chen and said. Why can't you kill him, and why can't you kill him? Chen said in a deep voice. Do you know Wen Yifan's strength? Do you know his background? Do you know who he represents? Not counting his strength, once he lives or dies, the third prince and the Wen family will make trouble. We can't stop Zuanayan Tower, let alone you shaman, Li Muang said coldly. The coldness on her face became even worse. Wen Yifan's strength is in the 3 difficulties of heaven and man, and he is also one of the planners of the third prince in the 9 northern counties this time, but sometimes, it is not necessary to kill the other party to prevent him from taking action. Of course I want him to die. Even if he is in the 3 difficulties of heaven and man, he will die, Master Li. Just wait for the news here, within a day, Wen Yifan will be poisoned. And he should be sent back to the capital at that time, Chen said and turned to leave. Watching Chen's back as he left, Li Wei and his daughter looked at each other. He is a master of poison, Li Muang said. I don't know, this Chen was pushed out by Murin Qingjin, but it seems that he does not completely obey Murin Qingjin. This person is very ambitious and dangerous, you'd better not have too much contact with him, Li Wei said. From the information before, Chen was just an ordinary little person. The first time they met, he knew that Chen was not simple. Now they meet again, Chen's tone is overbearing. There is a feeling that those who obey will live, and those who disobey will die. It is a bit dangerous, Li Muang nodded. She was surprised in her heart. She didn't expect such a person to appear in Lingnan County. The other party was probably about the same age as her. Of course, she wanted to see how Chen poisoned Wen Yifan. Wen Yifan was a person of the 3 difficulties of heaven and man, so it was difficult to poison him. You came back this time, not just to take me back to Zuanayan Tower, there should be other things to do, Li Wei said. Yes, in fact, Father, I came back this time mainly to let you join the 7th prince. Zuanayan Tower has secretly surrendered to the 7th prince. Father, do you know who the 7th prince sent this time? It was Taixu's Henrin of Taoism, one of the 2 great mentors of the 7th prince, Li Muang said in a voice transmission. What? He was not surprised that Li Muang asked him to surrender to the 7th prince, nor was he surprised that Zuanayan Tower secretly surrendered to the 7th prince. But the Taoist Taixu's Henrin appeared here, which surprised him. This is one of the territories of the Buddhist Tantric sect. Both Buddhism and Taoism are missionary sects, which are different from other martial arts forces. They are all developing believers. The 2 families were peaceful on the surface, but secretly they were like fire and water. Taixu's Henrin was one of the 3 masters of Kingsa Temple, one of the 3 major Taoist sects. He came here. If he was not careful, it would cause a war. Are you telling the truth? Li Wei asked in a low voice. Li Muang nodded and transmitted the message. My master said it himself. My master should have met Taixu's Henrin. Now Qinglong Temple will definitely decline, Li Wei said. As long as father agrees to join the 7th prince, after Wen Yifan leaves, the position of Lingnan County governor will belong to you, father, Li Muang continued to transmit the message. Since you have joined, I have no choice. I can't be an enemy of you, my daughter. I agree to join the 7th prince. A man who knows the times is a hero. Li Wei is different from the people in the martial arts world. Although he is good at martial arts, he is actually a member of the official family. It is normal to change camps. Then wait for that Chen to help you get Wen Yifan back to the capital, Li Muang said. At this moment, they felt that they were the beneficiaries of this plan. In fact, they didn't know. Once Li Wei took the position of the governor of Lingnan Prefecture, Chen would take action against him and control him. So until the end, no one knew who was using whom. Who was the winner? Another place Wen Yifan's mansion. He was drinking tea with Lu Chen, and both of them looked relaxed. I didn't expect things to become so easy, and Qinglong Temple gathered its own strength all of a sudden. Lu Chen took a sip of tea and said. Yes. However, the Xianxia alliance still needs to be contained. I hope Brother Lu has time to secretly go to Xianquanmen to talk to that old fist, Wen Yifan said. I was planning to do so, but what do you think of letting Guan Xianchao arrange someone to kill Li Wei? In the current situation, I will leave Lingnan Prefecture soon. Now that there is no one of mine here, the only one who can take the position is Li Wei, so kill him, so that the position of Lingnan Prefecture governor can be vacant, and when I succeed as governor, I can arrange my people to take over the position of Lingnan Prefecture governor, Wen Yifan said. The court and the martial arts sects are 2 different concepts. The martial arts sects compete for power, and they fight to the death. They occupy each other's territory. The winner is the king and the loser is the bandit. The court is different. There are certain institutional constraints and a certain order in secret. Whoever destroys it will suffer. Of course, he has an excuse to kill Li Wei. He believes that Li Wei killed Zhai Xianyan. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 237 Threats, Poisoning, and Frustration. Since you have already arranged it, I won't say anything, but I received an order from the capital. Qin Shi, who is beside the third prince, has ideas about the golden plum bottle. He hopes that we can get the golden plum bottle from the golden wind and rain tower. Lu Chen took a sip of tea and said. Hearing Lu Chen's words, Wen Yifan's eyes condensed. He put down the teacup in his hand. He said in a deep voice, although the golden plum bottle can make people recover from injuries, it can also make people possessed. No one who uses the golden plum bottle can escape this fate. How can a person like Qin Shi be interested in that thing? The specific situation was not stated there, and I don't know. Lu Chen shook his head and said. The golden plum bottle is now in the hands of the golden wind and rain tower. It is not an easy thing to get the golden plum bottle back from the golden wind and rain tower. Although this thing has disadvantages, it can save lives anyway. The golden wind and rain tower may not give it to them. It's a bit difficult. Although we cooperate with Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, we still have to be cautious. It's not hopeful to get the golden plum bottle from them. Can we refuse the capital? Wen Yifan asked. Lu Chen shook his head. Whether they can get it or not, they need to do it first. They can't refuse first. Huh? At this time, a figure floated in the hall. The person was wearing a black robe and a mask. What can't be seen from his figure or face? In the hall, Wen Yifan and Lu Chen's pupils shrank suddenly. They couldn't help but raise their internal energy. But at this moment, a terrifying suppression directly pressed on the two of them. The energy that the two had just raised was instantly dispersed. Suddenly, the two looked at the masked man with horror. The strength of the person coming was very terrifying. They were not their opponent. Who are you? This is Wen Yifan's residence. The other party should come for him. And the other party didn't take action immediately, which means that he didn't want to kill them. So he stood up and bowed. When he opened his mouth, a black light shot directly into his mouth, and then he felt a force of energy moving in his chest, and the black light was swallowed directly into his stomach. Lu Chen on the side was stunned and wanted to say something. However, the same black light shot out and entered his mouth. Both of you have been hit by my heavenly evil black soul pill. If there is no antidote after 5 days, your souls will be corroded and you will be possessed by demons. After being possessed by demons, you will not distinguish between enemies and friends, but only fight until you have exhausted your energy and blood. If you want the antidote, you can get me the golden plum bottle obtained from the golden wind and rain tower. Remember that there are only 5 days, I will come again after 5 days. After saying that, the figure turned around and left, disappearing in front of the two people, as if nothing had happened. Looking at the disappearing back of the person who left, the two couldn't help but look at each other. They didn't expect that after reaching their level, they would be suppressed and forced by others. The people who came also want the golden plum bottle. It seems that the golden plum bottle has a function that we can't think of, Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. Now is not the time to worry about this. We should think about how to break the poison in our body. If we can't break it, we can only find a way to get the golden plum bottle from the golden wind and rain tower, Lu Chen said in a deep voice. But if we get the golden plum bottle and give it to the other party instead of giving it to Master Qin, I'm afraid there will be trouble in the future, Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. Master Qin, it's just trouble over there, but it's life-threatening on the other side. I just don't know why the other party is so strong. Why not go directly to the golden wind and rain tower? Lu Chen frowned and said. Being able to suppress them directly in terms of ki, the other party's strength must be at least in the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. Such a strong person, going to the golden wind and rain tower, should be able to force the other party to hand over the golden plum bottle. Is there another strong person in the golden wind and rain tower? Lu Chen continued. While speaking, he also began to check the changes in his body, but did not find any discomfort. His face was extremely gloomy. He couldn't find the poison in his body, which showed that this poison might be more terrible than he imagined. Looking at Wen Yifan also shook his head. He did not check the changes in his body. Haha. I didn't expect that the two people who were in the three difficulties of heaven and man would be so stupid. What they saw just now was not poison at all, but just an ordinary pill. You are so panicked. At this time, a deep voice came from outside the hall. Wen Yifan and Lu Chen were stunned. They flew out of the hall directly, looking around, but they didn't find anyone. You can't find me, Wen Yifan. You were not poisoned before, but now you are poisoned, but this poison was given by me. The poison in your body will explode in a while, and it will slowly erode your energy. If you want to solve this kind of trouble, you can find someone stronger than you to help remove this toxin. The person who helps you needs to be stronger than the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. The other guy, you are lucky that I didn't poison you. At this time, the previous voice sounded again. When the voice fell, Wen Yifan's face changed, because he felt that the energy in his body began to be eroded and consumed. Wen Yifan's eyes became cold. He scanned the surroundings, but found no trace. The person should have left. How do you feel? Lu Chen asked in a deep voice. The one in front was for the golden plum bottle, and the one behind was for Wen Yifan. He didn't kill him, but just poisoned him and found a master to force the poison out. The 6 difficulties of heaven and man. Now in the 9 northern counties, only Qinglong Temple has it. Or in other words, the deputy leader of the Xiangsha League who came to the 9 northern counties this time. But these people will not help Wen Yifan. It seems that they want Wen Yifan to leave. Within 10 days, if it cannot be contained, my key will disappear. Once the key disappears, my strength may fall to the heaven and man realm, Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. 10 days, it will take about 10 days to rush from here to the capital. This is not a chance for you to consider. Who do you think sent it? Is it possible that it was sent by the 7th prince? Wen Yifan is one of the leading figures of the 3rd prince in the 9 northern counties. Letting Wen Yifan leave at this time is completely suppressing the power of the 3rd prince. It's possible. The 7th prince traveled around the world and met many strange people in the world. At this time, I am forced to leave. I am afraid that he wants to arrange people to come to Lingnan County. Could it be that Li Wei has surrendered to the 7th prince? Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. At this time, the housekeeper in the mansion was coming here. Master, Li Wei's daughter in Zuan'an Tower is back, said the old housekeeper. Li Muang? Rumor has it that she was competing for the position of the 3rd princess of Zuan'an Tower before. It seems that she has become the 3rd princess of Zuan'an Tower. This Li Wei has a good daughter. The 3rd princess of Zuan'an Tower has an extraordinary status in Zuan'an Tower and is a candidate for the owner of Zuan'an Tower. There should be masters around him. If only the disciples sent by Guan Xianchao go, they can't kill Li Wei, Wen Yifan said. The strength of Zuan'an Tower is only slightly inferior to that of Daomeng. If Li Wei has masters of Zuan'an Tower beside him, then Guan Xianchao may not take action, Lu Chen asked in a deep voice. Zuan'an Tower, 7th prince, it seems that Zuan'an Tower has surrendered to the 7th prince. Pass this news to the 3rd prince. I will return to the capital overnight and try to return to the 9 northern counties as soon as possible, Wen Yifan said in a deep voice. There was some anger and frustration between his eyebrows. Today, the two of them were completely passive. They were all threatened. They didn't know who threatened them. Chapter 238 Xiangsha Alliance, Puhu Temple. Outside the mansion, Su Chen, who was hiding in the dark, saw a figure entering the mansion. After a while, the figure left the yard. He came in a hurry, but also left in a hurry. In the dark, Su Chen did not dare to observe the other party, but used the breath-covering technique to hide his own breath so that he would not be discovered by the other party. After a while, a figure came to Su Chen's ears from a distance. Su Chen turned and left. Inside an inn, the 5 poison boy appeared beside Su Chen. My lord, Wen Yifan has been poisoned. Within 10 days, you must find a master of the 6 difficulties of heaven and man to help expel the toxins in his body. But when I was poisoning, a mysterious person came. The mysterious person was very powerful and almost discovered my existence, the 5 poison boy said. I saw that person too. What did he ask Wen Yifan to do? Su Chen said in a deep voice. He asked Wen Yifan to get the golden plum bottle from the golden wind and rain tower. Not only that person wants it, but also from what Wen Yifan and the others said, a man named Qin Shi in the capital also wants the golden plum bottle, the 5 poison boy said. Could there be something in this golden plum bottle that I haven't discovered? By the way, Do you know how strong the person who threatened Wen Yifan and the others is? Su Chen didn't dare to investigate. The 5 poison boys might know the other party's strength. The other party is too strong. I didn't dare to investigate, but when Yifan talked to another person and mentioned that the black-clothed man's strength should be above the 6 difficulties of heaven and man, hearing this, Su Chen was stunned. He didn't expect that the black-clothed man's strength was actually above the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. He came for the golden plum bottle. Su Chen couldn't help but frown. Now this golden plum bottle has been sent to Guan Qi. Guan Qi might not be able to withstand the strength of the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. I thought those stronger people in the heaven and man realm were all surrounding the Qinglong temple. I didn't expect them to come here, Su Chen murmured. Suddenly, his expression changed. A thought flashed through his mind. The golden plum bottle is so important, but the Qinglong temple sent it out. It may be to lure away the masters of the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. Maybe we were used by Qinglong temple, Su Chen thought to himself. Thinking of this, Su Chen wanted to consult Zihanyu. She said that the golden plum bottle came out of the secret treasure, so were the others looking for the secret treasure, or what? If it was for the secret treasure, if he cooperates with Zihanyu now, it will cause Shanman to be involved in a bigger storm. Zihanyu is hiding something. Snap! Snap! Su Chen clapped his hands. A figure leaped in from the window like a bat. Go and investigate Zihanyu and see if you can find the information we want, Su Chen ordered. Yuan Sui's eyes have now recovered, and his strength has also been improved to the 3 difficulties of heaven and man. Not only is his strength strong, but his Qinggong is even more powerful. There is no problem for him to investigate. Of course, Su Chen is also looking for the shadow assassin. When the shadow assassin is found, let Yuan Sui kill him, and finally let Yuan Sui join Shanman as a shadow assassin. No one has ever seen a shadow. Whoever he said was the shadow was the shadow. In this way, he had another expert who could be used openly. Yes, Yuan Sui left quickly. Tell Bai Tianyu the news we got here, and ask him to investigate who the person who came was. Also, ask Bai Tianyu to secretly send the documents about the secret collection to Shan Gate. I want to investigate carefully, Su Chen said to the 5 poison boy. It is necessary to know who the person is who is in the 6 difficulties of the heavenly realm. As for the information about the secret collection, Su Chen was going to investigate it himself to see if he could find any clues. After the 5 poison boy left, Su Chen also returned to Shan Gate. After Su Chen returned to Shan Gate, Zihanyu had already taken down Qin Jianmen. Shan Gate sent people to Qin Jianmen quickly. Occupy Qin Jianmen's territory. Things went smoothly, as if no other forces came to compete. Longbai County, county government 1 room, inside an ordinary house. Zhu Zhangwo and Fei sat in it. They arrived in Longbai County a day ago and were inquiring about the situation of Puhu Temple. Master Zhu, I checked today and found that there are many surveillance people around Puhu Temple. They should wait until we kill Abbot Huiyun before they start. I checked the identities of these people and found that they are from Xiangsha League, Fei said. People from Xiangsha League? They are strong enough to take down Puhu Temple, why don't they just take it down? What is the situation of Puhu Temple now? Zhu Zhangwo said. It's very quiet. Only a few monks came out to buy some food. They have already closed the temple and announced to the public that Puhu Temple is preparing to meditate and worship Buddha and will not receive pilgrims for the time being, Fei said. Is that so? Zhu Zhangwo frowned slightly and began to ponder. He always felt that something was not simple. Another place, a manor. Living room. A burly man with skin light browns was sitting on the main chair. Behind him stood a young-looking man. The man was thin, but his eyes were unusually sharp. Below them, on the left chair, sat a man wearing a mask. We have surrounded Puhu Temple, why don't you let us destroy it? The man sitting on the main chair said. His voice was loud, like a bronze bell. He was Leng Xianqi, the deputy leader of Xiangsha League who came to Longbai County. The young man next to him was Yan Zhuan, the disciple of the leader. He was the son of Yanyu, the former commander of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County. The people I invited should be here. Let them kill first, and then you can do it. This is also for your own good. Puhu Temple originated from Qinglong Temple. It is possible that there are masters of Qinglong Temple ambushing in the temple. If that happens, your Xiangsha League will suffer heavy losses, and this is not what the 7th prince wants to see. the masked man said in a deep voice. Qilin Temple is under surveillance now. Although we dare not rush in, if anyone comes out, I'm afraid one will die. What's there to worry about? Ling Xianqi said. Yan Zhuan, who was standing by, said at this time, Senior, you don't know who you have invited. There are no good assassin organizations in the 9 northern counties now. Qilin Society, you should be familiar with it. Your father should have died at the hands of the Qilin Society, the masked man said. Hearing this, Yan Zhuan's eyes showed a cold light. Since it is the Qilin Society, let them take the lead, Ling Xianqi said at this time. Thank you, Uncle Ling, Yan Zhuan said. He is the disciple of the leader of Xiangsha League. Ling Xianqi and the leader of Xiangsha League are sworn brothers, so Yan Zhuan calls Ling Xianqi Uncle Ling. Senior, but if the assassin of Qilin Society does not move, our Xiangsha League cannot waste time here, so my nephew suggests that our Xiangsha League can feint to attack Puhu Temple to create an opportunity for them to take action. In this way, if they can kill Monk Huiyan, we can also quickly take over Puhu Temple, Yan Zhuan suggested. Can you also kill the people from the Qilin Society and finally put the blame on Puhu Temple? The masked man looked at Yan Zhuan and said. Yes, Yan Zhuan did not deny his idea. Chapter 239, Provoking Trouble. The Xianquan sect members appear. It is unwise to conceal one's intentions in front of a strong man, so he did not hide it. The masked man glanced at Yan Zhuan and said nothing more. Deputy Alliance Leader Leng, this is up to you. If you take Longbi County, your Xianxia Alliance will successfully enter the 9 northern counties, the masked man said, and got up and left. After the man left, only Yan Zhuan and Ling Xianqi were left in the hall. Uncle Ling, they knew that the people from the Qilin Society might be the ones who killed my father, but they still asked the people from the Qilin Society to take action. What are they trying to do? Yan Zhuan said in a deep voice. What? Find an opponent for us, to check and balance us, Ling Xianqi said. Their Xianxia Alliance came to the 9 northern counties. Except for the Qilin Temple, there is no one in the 9 northern counties who can resist them alone. But if several major forces check and balance them, it would be difficult for their Xianxia Alliance to expand. Then do we still have to take action against the Qilin Society? Yan Zhuan said. The Qilin Society is a killer organization, killing people is just a matter of time. His father's real enemy is actually the person who made the Qilin Society take action. He has been investigating and suspects that it may be the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. However, the strength of the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower in Lingnan County is not simple. Kill, even if we don't kill, the other party will kill people and put the blame on us, Ling Xianqi said. Next, you will arrange it and do what you just said. Ling Xianqi then looked at Yan Zhuan and said. Yan Zhuan was brought out by him to train him. Lingnan County. In the main hall of Shen Gate, Su Chen sat alone on the chair of the headmaster. He stared at a letter in his hand with a serious look. The Xianxia League appeared around Puhu Temple and has been surrounding it without moving. Are they waiting for Zhu Zhangwo and the others to take action? From the client's situation, the client should be from the 7th Prince's line. The Xianxia League itself is from the 7th Prince's line. Now that they are surrounding Puhu Temple, there is no need to spend money to ask the Qilin Club to take action. There must be some conspiracy. Now we just have to wait and see what Zhu Zhangwo will do. Zhu Zhangwo's talent and martial arts are not comparable to ordinary people. I believe he can deal with the current situation, but the strength of Ling Xianqi, the deputy leader of the Xianxia League, must be taken seriously. Ling Xianqi's strength is in the 6 difficulties of heaven and man. It can be said that he is the second master who exceeds the 5 difficulties of heaven and man that Su Chen knows now. Although I don't know who the first black-clothed man is. The Xianxia League made 2 moves. From the situation, it seems that they have been trying to lure Zhu Zhangwo to make a move. But they underestimated Zhu Zhangwo. Although Zhu Zhangwo is not a killer, he also knows that he must kill with one strike. He also needs to be able to withdraw. After all, Zhu Zhangwo is the rioting of the Qilin Society, and will be in charge of Longbai County in the future, so he is very cautious. Can't make a mistake. Shatter the letter. Then take a look at the second letter. This is the information about Li Muang sent by Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. The 3rd princess of Zuan'an Tower. The candidate for the next tower owner? Su Chen murmured. Zuan'an Tower can be said to be a force in the 2nd echelon of the 9 northern counties, and its strength is slightly weaker than that of Daomeng. but it is also very strong. Even if he integrates the 10 major sects in Lingnan County, he will be weaker than the other side. Of course, there are definitely many in terms of momentum and number of people, but there are fewer masters with deep background. If it is just to pick up Li Wei, Li Muang should not come in person. She came to Lingnan County for other purposes, Su Chen thought in his heart. Put Li Muang's information on the table. It still needs to be investigated. Congratulations to Shaman for completely occupying Qin Jianmen, and reward 1 orange lottery card. Occupying Qin Jianmen will actually get an orange lottery card. What a surprise! Su Chen put down Li Muang's information and showed a happy expression on his face. Although Zi Hanyu took action a little later than Mei Zuanshuang, she acted very quickly. She said 3 days. In fact, 1 day later, Zi Hanyu took action to eliminate Qin Jianmen. Then Su Chen sent people to take over Qin Jianmen. Now that the takeover is completed, an orange lottery card has been triggered. On the other side, Xian Villa was also suppressed by Mei Zuanshuang, and the disciples of Shanmin also entered Xian Villa to take charge of Xian Villa. I believe that it won't be long before Su Chen will have another orange lottery card. During this period, I still have to trigger more rewards in Shanmin, Su Chen thought to himself. At this time, the fat man rushed directly into the headmaster's hall. His face was full of sweat and his breath seemed very hurried. What's the matter? Why are you in such a hurry, boss? I've been busy with the bank's affairs these days and neglected to investigate the Shan Gate. Some elders of the Shan Gate are preparing to impeach you together and use force to tear you off the position of the Shan Gate's headmaster, the fat man said hurriedly. Hearing this, Su Chen's eyes turned cold and he sent a list up. Su Chen saw that half of the elders on the list were from the old generation, and his face was extremely gloomy. He didn't expect that when the Shan Gate was expanding so much, there were still elders inside the Shan Gate who wanted to deal with him. There should be someone behind them planning it. Do you know who it is? Su Chen asked in a deep voice. His tone was cold. With so many people, there should be someone who instigated or planned it. I haven't checked this clearly, but the initiator is Wu Yao from the previous headmaster peak. They decided to force you, the headmaster, tomorrow, said the fat man. A bunch of people who don't know how to live or die. Since they want to die, then let them do it. Now our Sham sect is expanding. It's really courting death to pick a fight at this time. Before, I gave them some power because they were elders of Sham sect. Now they are courting death, so let's send them off, Su Chen said coldly. Then I'll notify Elder Li to arrest them, the fat man said. No need. Aren't they going to force the emperor to abdicate tomorrow? I really want to see if there are other people who jump out. If they jump out, we'll kill them together. There should be someone else secretly planning this matter. You can investigate secretly and see who is behind it, Su Chen said coldly. After that, he said to place in the headmaster's hall, 5 poison boys, go help Fatty. Su Chen sent the 5 poison boys to assist Fatty. After the 2 left, Su Chen's face became gloomy. If Fatty hadn't come to report, he really wouldn't have noticed this situation. I want to see how you can cause chaos, Su Chen snorted coldly, and there was a flash of murderous intent in his eyes. This time he wanted to let the people in Shanmin know his methods and strength. Those who dare to cause chaos will be killed. Another place. In a forest outside Shanmin, a man in black was standing with his hands behind his back. The man in black was about 30 years old, with a rough look, bronze skin, thick eyebrows and big eyes. He looked strong and powerful, not a good person. Huh? An old man in a Shanmin robe appeared behind the man in black. Hello, sir, how is the matter going? Reporting to the sir, I have convinced many people here, and we can take down Su Chen tomorrow. When the time comes, I will immediately issue a notice that our Shanmin will become a subsidiary force of Xian Kunmin, the man said, and this man was Wu Yao mentioned by the fat man. And the man turned out to be a member of Xian Kunmin who is now confronting Qinglong Temple. Chapter 240 Key and Blood Furnace, 5 Poison Boys. Very good, then, I will also enter the hall secretly. If there is any change, I will help you to kill that Su Chen with 1 punch, the man said. His tone was overbearing, and he did not take Su Chen seriously at all. Thank you very much, sir. Hearing this, Wu Yao's face showed excitement. The man's strength was at the level of unity of spirit and soul. Su Chen's strength was just a punch in front of a strong man with unity of spirit and soul. The two then talked for a few minutes. Wu Yao turned and left. After Wu Yao left, A woman with a graceful figure and wearing a green shirt walked out of the dark. For a force like Shenman, it still needs to be planned. Isn't it better to just take action directly? The green-shirted woman who walked out said. Sometimes, it's better not to do it yourself. Our Cheyenne Quinman bypassed a confrontation with King Long Temple and sent us to various counties to take down some potential forces. Once we are discovered, I'm afraid the Sifanhu and other forces will do the same. This will disrupt the plan of the young master, the man said. But why did you choose Shenman? This Shenman has connections with several major forces in Lingnan County. If you take action, aren't you afraid of stirring up a hornet's nest in Lingnan County? The woman said. From the current situation, they can kill Su Chen without me taking action. According to the information we got earlier, those people are only related to Su Chen. When Su Chen dies, this relationship is broken. Can they still be enemies with our Cheyenne Quin sect? What's more, it was the young sect master's intention to take down this Shenman, the man said. Since it was the young sect master's intention, it can't be wrong. When talking about the young sect master, the woman's eyes were full of respect. Although the young sect master of Cheyenne Quin sect is rarely known in the 9 northern counties, people in Cheyenne Quin sect admire him very much. There is no doubt that the only successor to the Cheyenne Quin sect master is this young sect master, and there will be no one else. It can't be wrong. How can it be right? It's a mistake for you to come to Shenman at this time. A voice spread in the forest. The voice was like that of a child. But the two people in the forest became nervous and looked around. Huh? At this moment, a figure came out from the forest opposite them. It was the 5 Poison Boy beside Su Chen. Wu Yao was the initiator of this event. When Wu Yao left Shan Gate, the 5 Poison Boy followed him. The 5 Poison Boy was dressed like a child and looked no different from a child. His eyes were clear and pure. They were definitely not something an adult could have. But the two people became nervous. Because a child could not just appear in front of them like this. Avoid their ears. Who are you? The man looked at the 5 Poison Boy and said. I should ask you. Tell me your names, the immortal and nameless ghosts under my command, the 5 Poison Boy said. The voice was crisp. But the man and the woman in green opposite him trembled when they heard the words. You go first, I'll kill him, the man said to the woman beside him. As he spoke, blood flowed over the man's tall body, his eyes revealed a hint of bloodthirsty impulse, and his mouth curled up. He raised his fist. The Cheyenne Quin sect is divided into 2 factions. One faction is to condense ki and blood, temper the flesh, and constantly merge its own strength with ki and blood to produce more powerful strength. This faction focuses on strength and body. As long as there are resources, it can be continuously improved, but the achievement is limited. There are very few strong people who break through the unity of spirit and soul and enter the realm of heaven and man. The other faction practices ki power, which drives the fist power, constantly refines ki power, and finally comprehends the meaning of fist. From this situation, it can be seen that the ki power practice side has higher achievements. However, practicing ki power requires talent. If the talent is not good, even if there are resources, it will be very slow, or there will be no progress. Therefore, the power faction in the Cheyenne Quin sect is actually the mainstream of practice. Of course. Now this phenomenon has changed. The young master of the Cheyenne Quin sect is extraordinary and talented. He can follow the ki power faction. But he chose the power faction. He directly entered the realm of heaven and man in the form of power. He also passed on his ki and blood furnace technique and scarlet blood extreme evil technique to everyone. Those people in Cheyenne Quin sect who had weak ki and blood began to have more ki and blood. They were expected to enter the heavenly man realm. Therefore, in Cheyenne Quin sect, the young sect master Bai Tianyu was a legendary figure and the object of everyone's worship and respect. However, this person rarely showed up. There was almost no news about this person outside Cheyenne Quin sect. Boom. The man kicked the ground and the ground shattered. The whole person was like a cannonball, directly bombarding the 5 Poison Boy. He did not hold back because the 5 Poison Boy was a child. The speed was extremely fast, turning into a residual image, with a violent force that broke through the air. Before the person arrived, a hot force suppressed the 5 Poison Boy. The 5 Poison Boy's face condensed, and the ki on his body surged, repelling this force, and his figure retreated like a ghost. Boom. The punch hit the place where the 5 Poison Boy's feet had stood before. The ground was like being blown up by a cannonball. The man who attacked seemed to have expected that his punch would have no effect. He continued to rush towards the 5 poison boy and shouted, "Red extreme blood fist." The bloody aura on his fist was like the scorching sun, attacking the 5 poison boy. But this time, the 5 poison boy did not retreat. Instead, a sneer appeared at the corner of his mouth. "Your blood is very strong, so let your blood burn faster." The voice was low, but it was frightening. The man who attacked did not understand the meaning of the 5 poison boy's words. The fist he attacked did not stop at all. But suddenly his expression changed, and the blood in his body was out of his control, like boiling water, constantly surging and gurgling. The surge of blood is a good thing. But if it surges too much and is not under his control, it will be very dangerous. The blood on his fist also disappeared at this moment. He turned into a furnace and his body became red. His skin emitted bursts of heat. The whole person was like a cooked crab. Ah! The man who attacked let out a scream, and flames came out of his body. The scream did not last long, and the man who attacked turned into charcoal. On the other side, the woman saw this and showed horror on her face. She did not expect that the person who attacked with him just now would spontaneously combust. Needless to say, it must be the work of the childlike person in front of her. "I have put a blazing poison on your body. If you don't want to be like him, just stay still." The 5 poison boy looked at the green-shirted woman and said. The green-shirted woman trembled all over. She looked at the charred corpse on the ground. She stood there motionless. "Tell me who you are and where you are from." The 5 poison boy's voice was low, forming a demonic voice in the woman's ears. "We are from the Qianquan sect, and were sent by the young sect master to Lingnan County to secretly subdue some sects in order to expand the strength of the Qianquan sect," the green-shirted woman said. "How many of you are here in total?" The 5 poison boy looked at the other party and said. "We are here." When she said this, a silver light suddenly appeared in the hands of the green-shirted woman. "Go to hell," the woman in green said sternly. Chapter 241 Yan Nanshan, 9 Difficulties of Heaven and Man. Although she had cooperated well before, she knew that the person who appeared would not let her leave alive. So she pretended to cooperate with him, thinking of taking advantage of the moment when he was relaxed to launch a sneak attack. As for how to cure the poison in her body, she was not worried. She believed that the other party must have it. She could kill him and take it from him. She acted decisively. The hidden weapon she fired was also very fast. The silver light penetrated the body of the 5 poison boy. The green-shirted woman showed excitement on her face. But at this moment, the figure of the 5 poison boy disappeared. It was a shadow. The figure of the 5 poison boy had appeared in front of the green-shirted woman. "I gave you a way to die peacefully, but you don't want it, and I have to force you," the cold voice of the 5 poison boy echoed in front of the green-shirted woman. The green-shirted woman's eyes blurred, she lost consciousness, and fell to the ground. Some things have not been figured out yet. This green-shirted woman is still useful. He raised his hand and grabbed the green-shirted woman and went to a place. He has a way to make this woman say what he wants. Inside the mountain and river gate. In the hall, the 5 poison boys have returned. Heavenly Fist Sect, 5 people have come, sent by the young master of the Heavenly Fist Sect. Chen frowned slightly when he heard the words of the 5 poison boys. He did not expect that at this time, the Heavenly Fist Sect had already had ideas about Lingnan County. "Bring me the information of the young master of the Heavenly Fist Sect," Chen ordered the fat man. He got the information from the woman. This plan was planned by the young master of the Heavenly Fist Sect, Bai Tianyu. And the young master of the Heavenly Fist Sect is actually a strong man who is in a difficult situation. We must pay attention. "My lord, these are the 2 secret books I got from her and copied down." The 5 poison boys handed the 2 secret books he copied to Chen. One is the Red Blood Extreme Evil skill, and the other is the Key in Blood Hot Furnace skill. Obtain the Red Blood Extreme Evil skill, the Key in Blood Hot Furnace skill, the first half, and reward 1 orange lottery card. Well, only the first half. Chen frowned slightly. But think about it, Qianquan sect will not sell all of this kind of skills at once. You should reach a certain level before you can get the following skills. Shan sect takes over Qian Villa, and rewards 1 orange lottery card. I didn't expect to get 3 orange lottery cards in a short period of time, Chen thought to himself. Now the real masters of the 9 northern counties have begun to move, and I still need to add some trump cards here. Thinking about it, he directly drew these 3 orange lottery cards. Get the character Yan Nanshan, get the Guan Qi 50 years internal strength card,
and get the character of Fei's late years sword comprehending card. Seeing this, Su Chen's face showed joy. Yan Nanshan is definitely a top-ranked strongman in Gulong's novels. He is a top master who appeared in The Twins of the Unparalleled and The Legend of the Great Banner Heroes. Who can compare with him? It is estimated that only the master of Tai's Hongtang in The Legend of the Great Banner Heroes, Yi can be compared. Yan Nanshan has 3 unique skills: Wedding Dress Magic Skill, Southern Heaven Divine Fist, and Divine Sword Art. He's known as the world's #1 swordsman and the world's #1 hero in the Twins and the Heroes of the Banner. I wonder how strong Yan Nanshan is? Has he already cultivated the Wedding Dress Divine Art, Martial Arts Zen, Wedding Dress Divine Art? If Yan Nanshan has not yet completed the final Wedding Dress Divine Art, in that case, he can pass on his own magic to himself. Let his strength increase directly. Check Yan Nanshan's strength. Heaven and Man 9 difficulties. Seeing this, Su Chen's pupils suddenly widened. He didn't expect that this time, he would actually get such a person. Heaven and Man 9 difficulties. According to the analysis of the information obtained now, there has not been a strong man who surpasses Heaven and Man 9 difficulties in the Great Zhou dynasty. Awesome, it's really awesome. With this Heaven and Man 9 difficulties, he can also go to the capital. After checking Yan Nanshan's other situations, it was found that the other party's Wedding Dress Divine Art had been cultivated. The plan to obtain the other party's skills failed. Then check Guan Qi's 50 years of internal strength. This is the internal strength that improves Guan Qi's strength. Su Chen used it directly on Guan Qi. In the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, Guan Qi's current strength has entered the 4th level of Heaven and Man. He has not made any move for the time being, so he has been practicing in seclusion. Guan Qi's own foundation lies in the inner self, and he has been madly swallowing pills to improve his Qi. He is now immune to the evil spirit in the Golden Plum Vase, so he can use the Golden Plum Vase to recover from his injuries, so he is practicing completely overloaded. He hopes that he can break through to the 5th level of Heaven and Man as soon as possible. Boom. At this moment, there was an extra force in his body, 50 years of his own Qi internal force, and crazy Qi permeated his body. Suddenly, an invisible wave of air spread out to the surroundings. It shook the wall of the secret room. The wall of the secret room was directly hit by this Qi and became larger. Fortunately, this secret room is underneath. Otherwise, the whole house will collapse. Of course, there was still a shaking in the backyard of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, which gave people the feeling that there was an earthquake here. Under the surge of Qi, Guan Qi's strength increased wildly, reaching the 5th level of Heaven and Man, and the 6th level of Heaven and Man. 50 years of internal strength allowed him to enter the 6 difficulties of Heaven and Man. After entering the 6 difficulties of Heaven and Man, Guan Qi stabilized his aura. On the Shan Gate side, Su Chen checked Afei's swordsmanship perception in his later years. In Gulong's novels, Afei in his later years was an extremely skilled master. He thought that if he absorbed it, his strength would be improved. But this perception was for Afei. He had no share, so he just clicked it and let Afei absorb it. At this time, a place in Longbai County, Afei suddenly looked startled, and a vague figure appeared in his mind. This figure turned out to be himself. It was just that he was a little old. When that figure appeared, swordsmanship perceptions continued to flow into his mind. This is my swordsmanship perception in my later years, Afei knew when this perception appeared. He quickly absorbed this feeling. Afei, who had already entered the state of unity of spirit and soul, felt that he had made rapid progress in the way of sword. Zhu Zhangwo, who was not far from him, sensed something and looked at Afei. The sword that had been exposed before quickly disappeared in Afei's body. Perhaps it is more appropriate to call it introversion rather than disappearance. The way of sword has broken through, and it still gives me a vague sense of pressure. This understanding of the way of sword is not ordinary. Zhu Zhangwo looked at the changes in Afei. He thought to himself. Zhu Zhangwo practiced the way of spear. The way of attack and conquest. Afei's sword was fast and killing before, but now it seems to have completely settled down. The way of sword has reached another realm. Huh? Afei opened his eyes, and a sword light flashed in his eyes. Look at your spirit, it won't be long before you can enter the realm of Heaven and Man, Zhu Zhangwo said. It takes a fight. I can kill an ordinary Heaven and Man who is difficult to fight with, Afei said. With the understanding of his later years, his sword cultivation is stronger.
He is sure to kill an ordinary heaven and man who is difficult to fight with. Hearing Ah Fei's words, Zhu Zhangguo's face showed joy. The situation in Longbai County is a bit complicated now. He has been very cautious and has not taken any action. Now that Ah Fei's strength has increased, he can start to deal with Huiyin of Puhu Temple. Your strength has increased, and my plan should be able to start, Zhu Zhangguo said. He has not only been waiting recently, but also collected a lot of information. Now the time is ripe. Chapter 242, Ah Fei takes action, Zhu Zhangguo moves. Another place. The Xiangsha League's camp in Longbai County. Uncle Leng, the Qinglong Society has not moved. Are we really going to waste time like this? Yan Zhuan said. They created chaos several times, giving the Qinglong Society people a chance to make a move. But the Qinglong Society never made a move. Have you found out where the Qinglong Society is? Leng Xianqi said. We have too few spies in Longbai County to know where they are. Yan Zhuan shook his head. The people we control in Gisha Mansion don't know the information about the Qinglong Society's visitor this time. The visitor just sent a message secretly and didn't show up at all. The people who came from the Qinglong Society this time are very cautious. Yan Zhuan frowned. This Qinglong Society is not simple. If that's the case, then we don't have to wait, and take down Puhu Temple as soon as possible, Leng Xianqi said in a deep voice. You make arrangements here, and take action against Puhu Temple tomorrow. When the time comes, you stay with me, Leng Xianqi said. He is not going to wait any longer. Destroy Puhu Temple and increase control over Longbai County. Let Xiangsha League become the biggest winner in Longbai County. Go and make arrangements, and start early tomorrow morning. Night is the best time to make a move, but Leng Xianqi likes to make a move during the day, so that the strength of Xiangsha League can be demonstrated. I'll go and make arrangements, Yan Zhuan said. At this time, in another place, Zhu Zhangguo walked in front of Ah Fei with a piece of letter in his hand. Ah Fei took the letter, and on the letter was a name. Xiangsha League, Xianmu Hall Master Liu Qingfeng. This Liu Qingfeng just entered the first level of Heaven and Man half a year ago. I have observed his breath. He should have used drugs to stimulate entering the first level of Heaven and Man. With your current swordsmanship, it is not difficult to kill him, Zhu Zhangguo said. Mr. Zhuge means to kill the people of Xiangsha League. Ah Fei was a little confused. The Xiangsha Alliance is plotting against us, so it's normal for us to kill their people. Liu Qingfeng will change guard today to monitor Puhu Temple. This is our chance to kill him. If we kill him, the Xiangsha Alliance will lose a master of the Heavenly Man realm. According to the information I got, there are two masters of the Heavenly Man realm in Puhu Temple, the abbot Huiyin and his junior brother Huaimu. Under normal circumstances, they should not be able to resist, but the Xiangsha Alliance has provoked several times, and Puhu Temple has fought back. It means that there are people in Puhu Temple who can deal with it or temporarily compete with Leng Xianqi, if the Xiangsha Alliance loses a master of the Heavenly Man realm. This is Puhu Temple's opportunity. I think Puhu Temple will seize this opportunity if they want to break through or counterattack. Of course, even if they don't move, I will force them to seize this opportunity. Zhu Zhangguo's eyes flashed with a sharp light. Okay, when does this person want to die? When Puhu Temple is on fire, you take action and kill him, Zhu Zhangguo said. Late at night. Puhu Temple, a silence Puhu Temple was also very quiet during the day, and it was even quieter at night. No one could be seen. Winter nights are lonely and cold in themselves, and now under the moonlight, Puhu Temple seemed a little desolate. Whoosh! At this time, more than a dozen figures suddenly appeared in Puhu Temple. These people were very fast, wearing black robes to hide their aura. They did not make any sound while walking. More than a dozen people went in different directions. After sneaking into a wing room, they took out fire starters and started to set fire. After setting the fire, they quickly evacuated. It seemed that their purpose of coming here was to set fire. Suddenly, more than a dozen fires appeared in Puhu Temple, illuminating the sky. The monks in the temple began to appear one after another to extinguish the flames, but the flames were too loud. The entire Puhu Temple seemed very busy. Damn Xiangsha League, are they consuming our strength? In a wing room, several monks in cassocks gathered together. The leader was a monk with white beard and white eyebrows, the current abbot of Puhu Temple, Monk Huiyin. The one who spoke was a burly monk. His eyes were like copper bells. Recently, the Xiangsha League has been harassing their Puhu Temple, but once they fought, the Xiangsha League people withdrew. There was no real fight. Now that the fire broke out, they all thought it was set by the Xianxia League. This Ling Xianxi is too despicable. Master Mingyan, what should we do now? The burly monk looked at a monk in a black robe sitting next to Monk Huiyan. Monk Huiyan also looked at the black-robed monk. Wait? Ling Xianxi has not appeared, we can only wait, the black-robed monk said. On the other side, outside Puhu Temple, two figures appeared on the top of a pavilion, looking at the fire in Puhu Temple. One of them was wearing a brocade robe and looked a little young. It was Liu Qingfeng that Zhu Zheng mentioned. Check and see what happened over at Puhu Temple, Liu Qingfeng ordered the people beside him. The people beside him quickly went towards the direction of Puhu Temple. Liu Qingfeng stood on the top of the pavilion and looked at Puhu Temple. Suddenly, his expression changed. He looked not far away, and a young man holding a long sword in his hand was looking at him. The moment he saw the other party, Liu Qingfeng's whole spirit was highly tense, staring at the young man holding the long sword. This young man gave him a very dangerous feeling. The young man who appeared was Ah Fei. Who are you? Liu Qingfeng looked at Ah Fei and said. Ah Fei did not reply, but walked towards the other party, and his spirit and energy continued to condense into sword intent. These sword intents silently flowed into the long sword in his hand. Ah Fei was not careless about Liu Qingfeng. The warriors who can step into the realm of heaven and man are not simple characters. Seeing Ah Fei coming, Liu Qingfeng's face condensed. The danger in his heart was getting closer and closer, and he had a feeling in his heart that he must not let the other party draw his sword. Once the other party draws his sword, he may be in danger. Boom. At this time, he did not hesitate, and rushed towards Ah Fei. Suddenly, in the darkness, only a blurry figure could be seen. When the figure approached Ah Fei, Liu Qingfeng made a move, and his palm blasted out. A terrible and fiery force burst out. This is Liu Qingfeng's unique skill, the red sand palm. The palm was like the yellow sands shooting out in the desert. With a burning feeling, Ah Fei held the sword in his hand. His eyes were focused, and he endured the suppression of the fiery energy. When the palm was about to reach him, swish! The long sword in his hand was pulled out instantly, directly piercing the fiery energy, appearing in the opponent's wrist, and then turned directly. The sharp sword energy directly cut the opponent's palm. Ah! Liu Qingfeng screamed. But then the sound stopped abruptly. Because when Ah Fei's sword cut his palm, it turned into a sword light in an instant and pierced his throat. Put away the sword. Then a signal firework rose from where he was. Outside Puhu Temple. Zhu Zhang saw this signal and nodded to the person beside him. That person led people into Puhu Temple. Avenge Master Liu. This voice appeared in Puhu Temple. Chapter 243, Stunning Shot, First Kill. Monk Huiyan and others who were gathered in the Zen temple heard this voice. Their faces changed. It was just arson before, how come it turned into a fight now? I'll go check it out, Monk Huiyan said. After that, he pushed open the Zen door, but at this time, a dart shot at the door of the wing room. Monk Huiyan looked at the dart. There was a piece of cloth hanging at the bottom of the dart, with the words Liu Qingfeng is dead written on it. Seeing this cloth, the monk Huiyan's eyes condensed. Who is Liu Qingfeng? Everyone knows that the head of Xianmu Hall who came to Xianxia League now is dead. Monk Huiyan turned and left. He wanted to check whether Liu Qingfeng was dead or not. After a while, the monk Huiyan returned. Liu Qingfeng is dead, the first sentence Huiyan said after entering the Zen room. Who is helping us? Monk Huiyan said in a deep voice. Brother, now it's not about who helps us, but this is an opportunity for us to evacuate. Maybe before we evacuate, we can still inflict heavy damage on the Xianxia League, Wai Mu said. His eyes were looking at Monk Mingyu next to Wai Yuan. Things are a bit weird, but now is indeed an opportunity. I'll go and entangle Ling Xianxi, and you guys make the other arrangements. Monk Mingyu stood up. Opportunities don't wait, and they can't miss such an opportunity. After Monk Mingyu left, brother, let's evacuate now, Wai Mu said. Although he was unwilling in his heart, he knew that this was an opportunity to evacuate. You take people away, and I'll cover you, Monk Huiyan said. Brother, I'll stay behind to cover you, and you take the disciples away, Wai Mu said hurriedly. I am the abbot of Puhu Temple. As long as Ling Xianxi doesn't come, the other two, I want to leave, they can't stop me, Wai Yuan said. Then brother, be careful, Immediately disperse and lead the disciples to leave through the secret passage. Wang Mu walked out of the meditation room to the others and began to organize the disciples to leave. Puhu Temple has a secret passage for escape. Such preparations have been made these days. The people sent by Zhu Zhangwo in front are no match for the people of Puhu Temple, and they are evacuating quickly. For a while, Huiyun was the only one in the Zen temple. Donor, since you are here, please show yourself. The monk Huiyun walked out of the Zen room and said, I didn't expect that the master had discovered me. Zhu Zhangwo's figure floated in the Zen temple and looked at the monk Huiyun. Are you from Xiangsha League? Huiyun looked at Zhu Zhangwo who appeared. Zhu Zhangwo looked about 30 years old, with clear outlines, eyes that seemed to be open and closed, with flashes of light from time to time, and a long spear in his hand. The hand of the spear, a world of power gathered on his spear. He had never seen such a person in the 9 northern counties, so he thought Zhu Zhangwo was a member of Xiangsha League. I am Zhu Zhangwo, the head of the February Hall of Qinglong Club. I came to take the master's life today, Zhu Zhangwo said. Qinglong Society, a rising power in Lingnan County. Monk Huiyun knew something about Qinglong Society, but he didn't expect that someone from Lingnan County would appear in Longbai County. Zhu Zhangwo, a new figure in Qinglong Society, a master of spear. As soon as he appeared, he killed a master who is in the realm of heaven and man with the strength of the spirit and soul. Judging from the momentum of the other party has obviously entered the realm of heaven and man. Then I will come to experience Mr. Zhuge, your spear. Qinglong Society is a killer organization, and there is no point in him talking to the other party. Monk Huiyun made a move in an instant, raised his palm, opened it like an eagle's claw, and jumped towards Zhu Zhangwo's head. The claws were like a sharp blade out of the sheath. It didn't look like a compassionate Buddhist at all. Zhu Zhangwo looked solemn, and the long spear in his hand was instantly clenched, and then quickly raised it, and the long spear stabbed out instantly, and the silver light shot out from the tip of the spear, meeting the eagle's claw like a sharp blade. The monk Huiyun's expression remained unchanged, his palms changed, turning into thousands of claws, forcefully piercing through Zhu Zhangwo's spear. At this moment, a golden light appeared on his body. Now the situation has changed. He wants to fight quickly. So he prepared to use the golden cicada technique to defend against Zhu Zhangwo's spear attack. And his palm directly cracked Zhu Zhangwo's head. Seeing the opponent's breakthrough, Zhu Zhangwo frowned slightly, retreated rapidly, and turned the spear in his hand to block the sharp claws of the monk Huiyun. Suddenly, a series of noises broke out at the place where they fought. The monk Huiyun took the initiative. One blow suppressed. The monk Huiyun's palm became more and more fierce. For a while, the whole Zen temple was full of golden palms. Zhu Zhangwo could only use his spear to resist, but he was approached step by step. Suddenly, subduing Tiger Vajra Fist, Huiyun roared, changed his palm into a fist, and punched out. A tiger in the fist went towards Zhu Zhangwo. At this time, Zhu Zhangwo saw this, and instead of retreating, he moved forward, and his spear collided with the opponent's ki. Boom! The two of them retreated violently. When Zhu Zhangwo retreated, a trace of blood flowed from the corner of his mouth, and his spear was against the ground. But the monk Huiyun just retreated, and the ki in his body rolled for a while, and then he was suppressed. After a successful attack, the monk Huiyun did not stop at all. With a step on the ground, the whole person was like a tiger coming down the mountain, and he went towards Zhu Zhangwo. A powerful ki burst out from his body, suppressing Zhu Zhangwo. At this time, Zhu Zhangwo's eyes flashed. The half-broken brocade in his body quickly circulated. Half-broken brocade, it is a very strange method. The more serious the injury, the faster it heals. And it can also temporarily suppress the aggravation of the injury. This is a method that can heal both yourself and others. The reason why Zhu Zhangwo just took the blow from the monk Huiyun was because of this method. Injury suppression. He clenched the spear in his hand, and when the opponent attacked, he fired the spear instantly. It was a stunning shot. At this time, the monk Huiyun who attacked only saw a firework flashing in front of him. He hurriedly punched out to block the attack. Bang! The fist collided with his spear, and his fist force seemed to be triggered by the opponent's spear at this moment, and exploded directly. The whole person was shocked by this energy and flew backwards. At the moment of flying backwards, a silver light appeared directly in his sight. Then it disappeared. At this time, He found that he could not make a sound in his throat. There was an extra spear at his throat. The silver light just now was Zhu Zhangwo's spear. This spear pierced through his golden cicada defense and pierced his throat. This is, what, a hoarse, stuttering voice came out of Hu Yin's mouth. A stunning shot, Zhu Zhangwo finished, and his figure flashed and disappeared into the night. The purpose of their coming here was to kill Hu Yin, and now Hu Yin has no chance of survival. Plop. Hu Yin watched Zhu Zhangwo leave and fell directly to the ground. At this time, on a rooftop, a man in black looked at Hu Yin lying on the ground. A notebook appeared in his hand. He quickly recorded something, and turned and disappeared. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 244, The 12 Zodiac Cards, The Secret of Stepping Out of the 9 Difficulties of Heaven and Man. The battle continued. But it had nothing to do with the Qinglong Society. Zhu Zhangwo and Fei had already left. Their mission was completed, and the next step was to organize the people from Gisha Mansion and Jilalao that Longbai County had conquered. Expand the reputation of a rioting of Qinglong Society. After a while, Yan Zhuan of Xiangsha League and the 2 hall masters rushed to the Zen temple and looked at Hu Yin, who was lying on the ground. They immediately stepped forward to investigate. The one who attacked should be the hall master of a rioting of Qinglong Society, Zhu Zhangwo, who was really good at calculating. Yan Zhuan said in a deep voice. Take Hu Yin's body and leave. Yan Zhuan ordered people to take Hu Yin's body. Now the people of Puhu Temple have left. It is useless for them to occupy this temple. Xiangsha League stronghold. In the hall, Leng Xianqi looked at the 2 bodies placed in front of him with a gloomy face. Liu Qingfeng and Monk Hu Yin. He was dragged by Monk Mingyin and did not go to Puhu Temple. After severely injuring Mingyin, he returned. The disciples of Xiangsha League had already brought back Liu Qingfeng's body. After a while, Yan Zhuan and his companions returned with the corpse of Monk Hu Yin. This time, we were tricked by the Qinglong Society. Can you find out who killed Qingfeng? Liu Qingfeng said. Deputy Alliance Leader, Hall Master Liu was killed by a sword. The person who killed him was extremely fast, and Hall Master Liu didn't dodge at all. In the Qinglong Society, there are 2 people who use fast swords. One is called a Fei, and the other is called Jing Wuming, but these 2 people's strength should not be able to kill Hall Master Liu, said Liu Muchuan, the head of Xianshuang Hall below him. While Liu Muchuan was talking, Yan Zhuan came to Liu Qingfeng, staring at Liu Qingfeng's wound with his eyes tightly knitted. Yan Zhuan, what did you see here, Uncle Leng? Hall Master Liu should have died at the hands of a Fei of the Qinglong Society, Yan Zhuan said in a deep voice. According to the information, Ah Fei's strength has not yet entered the state of unity of spirit and soul. Judging from the wound, the opponent killed Master Liu head-on. How can a warrior who has not yet entered the state of unity of spirit and soul kill a master of the heavenly realm? Liu Muchuan, who spoke earlier, said. A middle-aged man in a blue shirt next to Liu Muchuan said, Young Alliance Master, you should have seen something, tell us. Yan Zhuan is a disciple of the leader of the Xiangsha Alliance. He is called the Young Alliance Master in the Xiangsha Alliance. Of course, he is not the only Young Alliance Master. The wound, I have checked some information about the Qinglong Society. The wound left by Ah Fei when he attacked before is consistent with the wound of Master Liu. That Ah Fei is a swordsman. He can't give his sword to others, so I am sure that the person who attacked was Ah Fei, Yan Zhuan said. Someone from the Qinglong Society attacked and killed his father. He has studied the people of the Qinglong Society a lot. From the wound, he can see that it was the wound caused by Ah Fei's sword from the Qinglong Society. But what is Ah Fei's strength? Liu Muchuan was still a little confused. Strength can be hidden, or it may be that Ah Fei's strength has improved by leaps and bounds during this period, Yan Zhuan said. Qinglong Society, they dare to kill our people. We must make them pay the price. Deputy Alliance Leader, please leave this matter to me. I will definitely find these people from Qinglong Society, Liu Muchuan volunteered. Now is not the time to find Qinglong Society. We have just taken over Puhu Temple and we must quickly occupy the territory and power they previously controlled. You two should send people now, don't give others a chance. Yan Zhuan, you stay, Leng Xianqi ordered. Yes, the 2 bowed and left. Only Lang Xianqi and Yan Zhuan were left. We still underestimated the people from Qinglong society. Unexpectedly, they actually took action in advance when we couldn't wait. This person has a good grasp of the timing. We need to be careful, Lang Xianqi said. Yan Zhuan didn't expect the other party to take action at this time. You now know that Qinglong society is not simple. At this time, a black shadow rushed into the hall. The person wearing a black mask sat on a wooden chair. You have been here all the time, why didn't you kill huge Hangwo? Lang Xianqi looked at the person who came and said, it's no longer necessary. He killed the head of your Xianmu hall. You two are already enemies. Why should I do anything more? The man in black said. Their purpose was very clear, just to find someone to contain the Xiangsha alliance. Now that the two sides are already enemies, there is no need for him to take action again. What's more, he also got news. The other two assassin targets were also killed. Huangfu Rong of Kongchen City in Kangwu County was killed by Xiao Qiushu. Guangsun Zan of Bidi County was pierced through the throat by a sword. The person who attacked was wearing a bamboo hat, but they knew that the person was the head of Sanayu Hall of Qinglong Society, who accepted their mission. They had no clues about his specific identity and appearance. As for the sword, he followed a way of killing, with sharp moves and fierce sword energy. This shows that the Qinglong Society is not simple. So even if the Qinglong Club didn't kill Liu Qingfeng, he didn't plan to do it. You came here just to say these words, Lang Xianqi looked at the man in black and said. Now that you have occupied Puhu Temple, I will give the order to the 7th Prince. No affiliated forces of the Qinglong Temple can exist in Longbai County, the man in black said. Even if the 7th Prince didn't say this, we would do it, Lang Xianqi said. This is just one point. Another point is that you can't touch the main figures of the Longbai County government. Of course you can move them, but if something goes wrong, the 7th Prince won't help you at all. After saying that, the man in black turned and left without stopping. Uncle Lang, this 7th Prince really treats us as his subordinates, and we are just cooperating with him, Yan Zhuan said coldly. It doesn't matter, you also know that the main purpose of our coming this time is to find the 12 zodiac cards that the leader wants, and we need to rely on their relationship, Lang Xianqi said. But we have no idea about these 12 zodiac cards, Yan Zhuan said in a deep voice. We can't rush this matter. Let's stabilize Longbai County first, and then investigate. But the leader speculated that the 12 zodiac cards may be related to the appearance of the golden plum bottle, Lang Xianqi said. The golden plum bottle is now in the hands of Guanqi of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. I will use the spies in Lingnan County to keep an eye on Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Yan Zhuan said. We may not be the only ones who want the zodiac cards, we must not be careless, Lang Xianqi said. Uncle Lang, what is the use of the 12 zodiac cards? Yan Zhuan asked. It is rumored that the 12 zodiac cards contain the secret of breaking through the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. Brother, after entering the 9 difficulties of heaven and man, they have not been able to find a way to improve, so the 12 zodiac cards are the clues we must find, Lang Xianqi said directly without hiding anything. Hearing this, Yan Zhuan showed surprise on his face. He didn't expect that the 12 zodiac cards actually had the secret of breaking through the 9 difficulties of heaven and man. In this case, I'm afraid there are really many strong people staring at Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Chapter 245, Kill with One Sword, Punish by Association, Clean Up. Mountain and River Gate. Inside the cave. Su Chen sat cross-legged, sweat dripping from his forehead, his face changing, as if he was in severe pain. After a long time, Su Chen's complexion gradually recovered. He opened his eyes and wiped the sweat from his forehead. This, Life and Death Sutra, of Qinglong Temple, is really not simple, Su Chen thought to himself. Some time ago, with the help of the magic energy in the golden plum bottle, he successfully cultivated the Heavenly Demon Zen Seal method. Although the Heavenly Demon Zen Seal method has the words Heavenly Demon, it is a Buddhist practice. In the subsequent practice process, he actually triggered the previously obtained Life and Death Sutra. This Life and Death Sutra is also a spiritual practice. Through the spirit to temper the body. Let your body become immortal. Practice, Life and Death Sutra. First, you have to practice the birth and death grinding wheel. Just now, Su Chen was thinking about practicing the birth and death grinding wheel. But maybe the mental strength is not enough, so the Life and Death grinding wheel, when it condensed at the end, directly broke. Continue to practice the Heavenly Demon Zen Seal method and improve your mental power. Maybe you will have a chance to condense it into the life and death grinding wheel, Su Chen thought to himself. He straightened his body and slowly stood up. Suddenly, he showed a happy look on his face. Because he found that his spirit was not at all sluggish now, but he felt a sense of mental clarity. Just now, I failed to condense the life and death grinding wheel. According to reason, my spirit shouldn't be like this. Su Chen immediately found that his mental power had increased a lot. Stepping out of the cultivation cave. In the headmaster's hall. Headmaster, we found the whereabouts of the shadow assassin. When Su Chen came to the headmaster's hall, Kui Wu came to report. We found the shadow assassin. Su Chen was delighted. In this way, Yuan Su Ain's identity can be arranged. Su Chen waved his hand. Yuan Su Ain's figure walked out of the dark. Find the shadow assassin and kill him. You are the shadow assassin. Join my sham sect Kui Wu. You cooperate with him, Su Chen said to Yuan Su Ain and Kui Wu. It's the headmaster, it's the master. The two received the order. Kui Wu did not ask why, he was now loyal to Su Chen. Su Chen's orders were above all else. The two quickly took orders and left. Not long after the two left, the fat man came to Su Chen. Brother, you have been in seclusion these days. Wu Yao has already won over a lot of people, and he will probably come over soon, the fat man said. After dealing with the people from Xianquan sect, Su Chen wanted to deal with Wu Yao. But when he was practicing, something was triggered, so he announced that he would be in seclusion for a few days. Let this group of people live a few more days. Of course, he also wanted to see who would be won over. When the fat man reported, Wu Yao also got the news that Su Chen came out of seclusion, and immediately began to organize people and headed towards the direction of the headmaster hall. Su Chen was in seclusion these days. Wu Yao seemed to be very confident. He was in the dark before, but now he is in the open. As for why no one dealt with him, Kui Wu and Li Xiangxing were told by Su Chen not to ask. Li Xiangxing didn't go back to Sham sect during this period. Kui Wu led people to look for the traces of the shadow assassin. Some Shanman disciples saw the elders heading towards the Shanman Master Hall. Sensing that things were not simple, they followed to the Master Hall. Inside the Master Hall, a disciple entered the hall. Master, Elder Wu Yao is coming to the Master Hall with 30 people. The disciple bowed and said, let's go and see how Wu Yao died. A cold light flashed in Su Chen's eyes. A cold murderous intent permeated his body. To resist foreign aggression, we must stabilize the internal affairs. Although Shanman was changed before, there was no major change. This time, he wanted to eliminate them all. After Su Chen stepped out of the hall, Wu Yao had already appeared outside the Master Hall with a group of people. Seeing Su Chen stepping out of the Master Hall, these people stopped. Master, you are out of retreat. We have been waiting for you for a long time. Wu Yao spoke first when he saw Su Chen. Are you talking to me? I don't think I summoned you to the Master Hall. Do you know what the consequences of your actions are? Su Chen glanced at Wu Yao, and then looked at the 30 people behind Wu Yao. Among these people, some of them agreed with Su Chen to become the master of Sham sect under the contact of Li Xiangxing. Unexpectedly, now driven by interests, they want to replace Su Chen. When Su Chen looked at them, they couldn't help but tremble. Su Chen's tyranny is well known in Shan sect, and his lackeys Kui Wu and Li Xiangxing have killed many people. Seeing Su Chen, he actually ignored himself like this. He said coldly, Su Chen, we are here today to remove you from the position of master. Do you also agree with Elder Wu? Su Chen's eyes were cold, flashing with blood, as if he would bite people at any time. Su Chen, now that the Sham sect is about to expand, you are still too young to grasp it. We hope that someone like Elder Wu who can keep things stable can lead our Sham sect. Under Su Chen's bloodthirsty eyes, one person said tremblingly. Now that they are here, there is no way back. Really? Su Chen sneered. He looked at Wu Yao. I don't know where you get your confidence from, but those who are my enemies have no chance of survival. At this time, Su Chen touched his palm behind him, and the rain knife appeared. Then he slashed at Wu Yao with a knife. With the help of the Xianquan sect, Wu Yao's strength has entered the peak of soul refining. Of course, this kind of peak soul refining has an unstable foundation. He didn't take it seriously at all. The knife came out like drizzle, continuously. Wu Yao didn't expect Su Chen to start fighting as soon as he said. Of course, he has always been on guard against Su Chen in his heart. Seeing Su Chen take action, A ferocious look appeared on his face. He has not fought since he entered the peak of soul refining. It's just right to use Su Chen to show his strength. The ki in his body surged, and there was blood in the ki. He clenched his fists and attacked Su Chen. He wanted to use violence to shatter Su Chen's long sword. But when he punched, he found that his fist was split by the long sword, and then the sword flashed. Puff! His whole body was directly split in two by Su Chen's Ziyu knife, and blood spurted out. Some people who followed Wu Yao opened their eyes wide. They didn't expect it to be like this. They knew Wu Yao's strength. He had recently broken through to the peak of soul refining. But in Su Chen's hands, he couldn't withstand a single knife. Panic in their hearts. Master, spare me. One of them knelt on the ground and wanted to ask Su Chen for mercy. I said you have no chance of survival. Su Chen's voice was cold, like the god of death, echoing in their ears. You want us to die? Then we will kill you first, and then surround and kill him together. Stimulated by death, some people went crazy. They wanted to surround and kill Su Chen. Puff! He suddenly spit out a mouthful of blood. Then he fell to the ground. As he sprayed blood, others also began to spray blood, but the blood they sprayed was black. They were poisoned. In the blink of an eye, all the people who came fell in a pool of blood. Get rid of these bodies. I don't want to see blood stains outside the master's hall. And all the people related to them, get rid of them. Also, these people have been jumping around for so long, didn't others see it? Get rid of them too, Su Chen said coldly to the fat man beside him. Hearing this, the fat man was shocked. This means that they will be punished together. Now, except for Kui Wuhu and Li Xiangxing, there may be no elders left in Shanmen. Chapter 246, Zuanan Tower, to take over Lingnan County. Lingnan Prefecture. Li Wei's residence. Yinger, I have found out the reason why when Yifen left, he was poisoned, and he must find a master of the 6 difficulties of heaven and man to cure it, so he returned to the capital, Li Wei said in a deep voice. I didn't expect that Su Chen could poison a master of the 3 difficulties of heaven and man. Hearing her father's words, Li Muang's face showed shock. Su Chen has Muir and King Chen's help behind him, so it's not difficult to do this. I just didn't expect that he could mobilize such a person to serve him, Li Wei said in a deep voice. Now the Shan sect has swallowed up several major forces in succession, and it is vaguely becoming the largest gang in Lingnan Prefecture. I believe someone should take action against them, Li Muang said. Although Su Chen has the help of Changhan Palace, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and people in the dark, other forces have now sensed the threat. It is impossible to sit and wait for death. They can't deal with others. Can they deal with Shan sect at this time? An old man who looks like a butler rushed in from outside. Master, miss, there is a message from Shanman that Su Chen, who had been in seclusion for a few days, has appeared. The elder Wu Yao of the previous headmaster peak wanted to force Su Chen to withdraw from the position of Shanman headmaster, but was killed by Shanman headmaster Su Chen with one sword. The 30 Shanman elders who followed him were all poisoned to death, and those who were related to these 30 elders, as well as those elders who did not come out to stop them, were all eliminated. The old housekeeper said this and took a deep breath. Li Wei and Li Muang also took a deep breath when they heard this. There was a look of horror in their eyes. This Su Chen's murderous nature is too strong. This shaman killed like this, and all the old generation of Shanman warriors were killed. This is pure martial arts to subdue people. By the way, how strong is Su Chen? Li Wei asked. Previously, it was found that Wu Yao seemed to have stepped into the peak of soul refining with the help of drugs, the old housekeeper said. Killed with one sword, this Su Chen's combat power may have reached the unity of spirit and soul, Li Wei said. Have Li Xiangxing and Kui Wuhu from Shanman appeared? Li Muang asked. These 2 people are Su Chen's people. No, Li Xiangxing is outside, and Kui Wuhu seems to be tracking down the shadow assassin, said the housekeeper. It seems that Su Chen has known about this for a long time. This time he killed people directly to establish his supreme position in Shanman. Su Chen is more terrible than we thought, Li Muang said. She thought that the cause of this change might be Su Chen's secret father. It won't take long for Shanman to become the #1 force in Lingnan County. You should cooperate with him more, Li Muang said. I should also meet with Su Chen. Maybe we can cooperate, so that I can make my situation in Zuanan Tower better, Li Muang thought to herself. She became the 3rd princess of Zuanan Tower. She also has the opportunity to become the owner of Zuanan Tower. But Zuanayan Tower also has the eldest princess and the second princess. These two have a deep foundation in Zuanayan Tower, which is not comparable to her who has just become the third princess. So she has to seek external power. This time she returned to Lingnan County. First to get her father to switch to the 7th prince, and second to see if she could find some allies in Lingnan County. To expand her own foundation. Sometimes, alliances are the best foundation for increasing one's own strength. At this time, the man holding a bamboo sword who had followed Li Muang earlier came in. "Miss, there is a secret letter from the owner of the building." He handed a letter to Li Muang. Li Muang took the letter, tore it open to check, and then frowned. The owner of Zuanayan Tower sent a message, asking her to subdue the forces of Lingnan County and unify Lingnan County, and the second princess in the building was on the way. Why does the master want to take over Lingnan County at this time? Li Muang frowned, and was also very confused. Once she did this, she would collide with Shaman. Su Chen dared to poison Wen Yifan, and he would not care about their Zuanayan Tower at all. Changhan Palace. Mei Zuanshuang was in a pavilion, playing the piano. The sound of the piano was solemn and murderous, and a wave of killing intent was set off around. A figure came to the courtyard in this murderous intent. Mei Zuanshuang stopped what she was doing. "Miss, the murderous intent in you is getting more and more profound," Meng Shantong said. Then why did Wen Yifan suddenly leave Lingnan County? Wen Yifan's sudden departure attracted the attention of many people. You will be surprised to hear that Wen Yifan was poisoned and returned to the capital to ask for help to detoxify, Meng Shantong said. Wen Yifan, a person with the strength of the 3 difficulties of heaven and man, was poisoned by someone, and the person who poisoned him was so powerful. Mei Zuanshuang's expression condensed. "Do you know who poisoned him?" Mei Zuanshuang asked. "I didn't know before, but I know today." "You will never think that the person who poisoned him might be sent by Su Chen," Meng Shantong said. "Su Chen? Does he have a poison expert around him? Is there no such expert around Murin Qingchen?" Mei Zuanshuang couldn't help but say. Although Mei Zuanshuang and Murin Qingchen don't get along, they have a deep friendship. She knows Murin Qingchen's background well. There is no master of poison who can attack the 3 difficulties of heaven and man. "Su Chen, it's not that simple, miss. In addition to cooperating with us, isn't she also cooperating with Hanyu sect? He dares to cooperate with these people. He must have his own trump card." This time he not only showed his trump card, but also thoroughly cleaned up Shaman. His means are not ordinary. When Meng Shantong said this, he told the story of more than 30 people from Shanman being poisoned. 30 people were poisoned silently. He guessed that the person who poisoned was sent by Su Chen. "Why did he let Wen Yifan leave?" Mei Zuanshuang asked. "He cooperated with Li Wei, the left governor." "You also know that Wen Yifan intended to kill Li Wei before," Meng Shantong said. "Su Chen has cooperated with quite a lot of people. Li Wei's daughter Li Muang is the 3rd princess of Zuanayan Tower. This guy may also cooperate with Zuanayan Tower in the future. Since Su Chen has shown a trump card, we don't have to slow down. We have dealt with Cheyenne Villa. The only thing left is the Red Moon sect. If we deal with the Red Moon sect, our first purpose of coming here will be accomplished. The 4th prince can give an explanation to the 7th prince. We should also do our thing," Mei Zuanshuang said. "I will deal with the Red Moon sect right now, but I have searched for a long time for the place where the golden plum bottle appeared at that time, but I still can't find it," Meng Shantong said. "Uncle Meng, we don't need to check this. Let Shanman check it at that time. Maybe he still knows something," Mei Zuanshuang said. Shangman, hearing this, Meng Shantong was stunned. What is the purpose of Zihanayu's cooperation with Su Chen? It should not only help him grab territory, but it may be to help Su Chen expand Shanman, and then let Su Chen help them find things, Mei Zuanshuang said. Sham sect has expanded and has many disciples. What is inconvenient to check? Chapter 247, Cheyenne Qin sect, by Jizhan. Hearing what Mei Zuanshuang said, Meng Shantong's eyes lit up. Then I'll go deal with the Red Moon sect first. After saying that, he turned and left. Su Chen, Lingnan County is not simple. You want to become the largest sect in Lingnan County. The risk is a bit big. I don't know if you can bear it, Mei Zuanshuang murmured. She didn't get along with Su Chen for too long. But they were harmonious and could become friends. If the Qinglong Temple is in a state of anxiety, this state will not last long. Once the affiliated forces of the Qinglong Temple in the 9 northern counties are cleaned up, those who are now outside the Qinglong Temple may evacuate. What will the 9 northern counties look like after the evacuation? Mei Zuanshuang said in a deep voice. At this time, a woman in black robes appeared in front of Mei Zuanshuang. Miss, people from the Xianquan sect appeared in Lingnan County, the black-robed woman said. Xianquan sect, Zuanan Tower, Daomeng. Mei Zuanshuang thought of the other 2 forces in succession. Daomeng was in contact with Wen Yifan. Now Wen Yifan has left, and Guan Xianchao of the Sword Alliance has also left, but his eldest brother Luo Xianju, the Sword Tyrant, is still in Lingnan County. Luo Xianju practices Guan Xianchao's Xianluo soul-chasing slash, a very domineering sword technique that chases souls and lives with one sword. He is very cold. Luo Xianju is Guan Xianchao's eldest disciple, and it is impossible for him to stay here for no reason. Watch the people of Xianquan sect and see if they have any moves. Yes, the woman in black left quickly. At this time, outside the Lingnan County government, in a slightly dim cave, a masked man was speaking. Have you found out who ruined my plan, subordinates? We have checked here, maybe it is Sham sect, a black-clothed man below him replied. Sham sect, the Sham sect that has expanded rapidly with the help of some forces. Is there a poison master in this sect? Hearing this, the masked man asked with some doubts. Yes, I got the news that there was an internal conflict in Shanmen. The leader of Shanmen killed the leader, and the rest were all poisoned to death. I checked Lingnan County and didn't find a poison expert, so I investigated Shanmen. The leader of Shanmen, Su Chen, is involved with Li Wei, the left governor, when Yifan wants to attack Li Wei. It is possible that Li Wei took the initiative and found someone to force Wen Yifan away, the person below reported back. Li Wei, Li Muang's father, Zuanan Tower, has already surrendered to the 7th prince, and Li Wei also secretly surrendered a few days ago. He is one of us. In this case, let's put Wen Yifan's matter aside for the time being, the masked old man said. How is the Qinglong Society's matter? Then the masked man continued to ask. The mission of the Qinglong Society has been completed. Originally, I was going to use the Xiangsha League to kill the Qinglong Society's people who were going there, causing a confrontation between the 2 sides, but the Qinglong Society took the initiative and killed Liu Qingfeng, the head of Xiangsha League's Xianmu Hall, and used Xiangsha League to successfully kill Monk Huiyan, so I didn't attack the Qinglong Society's people. The Qinglong Society is responsible for the North County, and the Riu Hall Hud's huge Hangwo, and Fei, who we paid attention to before, may have reached the realm of heaven and man. He killed Liu Qingfeng, the head of Xiangsha League's Xianmu Hall. The people below immediately replied. This huge Hangwo's methods are extraordinary. What about Huang Furong and Gongsun Zan? Huang Furong was killed by Xiao Keishu Hedon. Guangsun Zan was also killed by someone who contacted me, the head of Sanai Hall. I checked the bodies of Gongsun Zan and his guards in the courtyard. This person's swordsmanship is fierce, and his strength may be in the realm of heaven and man. The person who came told the situation of the other 2 people. We can increase cooperation with them. The Qinglong Temple will not be surrounded for too long. Once the siege lasts too long, the Qinglong Temple may counterattack. Also, the secret sect should be moving, and the masters of the sect will also appear, so let the people from all parties do the clearing work as soon as possible. As long as the forces affiliated with the Qinglong Temple are destroyed and occupied, even if the Qinglong Temple is relieved, it will not be enemies with so many forces at once. Anything else, sir? The young master of the Xianquan sect came to Lingnan County. He should have ideas about Lingnan County, and the 2nd princess of Zuanan Tower is also on the way. I guess they all want to take over Lingnan County. Lingnan County has been divided up. Are they here to pick the fruits now? This is Lingnan County's own business. It has nothing to do with us. How are you investigating the Xianaya Pavilion behind the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? The masked man asked. Still no news, the man replied. This Xianaya Pavilion is a bit mysterious. Previously, I wanted to use Wen Yifan to explore the bottom line of this Xianaya Pavilion, but I didn't expect something to go wrong. It seems that I still have to go to Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in person, the masked man said. Sir, are you going to show up in person? Hearing this, the people below were stunned. The matter at Qinglong Temple is about to end, and I should also show up. Also, you find a chance to meet that Su Chen? He may be able to know some news about Xianaya Pavilion behind Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The masked man then waved his hand and asked the people below to leave. Yes, the people below withdrew from the cave. The masked man also walked out of the cave and headed towards the direction of Lingnan County City. At this time, in Lingnan County Mansion, in a house, in a pavilion in the garden, a young man wearing a black robe with gold edges was sitting in the pavilion. The young man had a heroic look between his eyebrows, and he exuded a kind of aura of concentrated spirit. At this moment, he was holding a book and reading it attentively. Young sect master, the Shan sect failed. Yang Kui and his men should have been killed by the Shan sect master Su Chen's men. A burly giant came to the young man and said. This young man was Bai Tianyu, the young sect master of Xianquan sect. The giant beside him was Zhou Zuanshan, one of the three guardians of Xianquan sect. Shan sect master Su Chen, a man who is rumored to have used external forces to rise to power and expand the sect. How strong is he? Bai Tianyu put down the book in his hand and asked in a deep voice. Although it was rumored that Su Chen used external forces, Bai Tianyu did not dare to underestimate Su Chen. He killed Wu Yao with one sword. His realm did not break through the soul refining, but his combat power was in the unity of spirit and soul. There is also a poison expert beside him. This person is more powerful than I thought, the giant Zhou Zuanshan said. It seems that I have to meet this Su Chen. Bai Tianyu stood up and said. Young sect master, there is a poison expert next to Su Chen. Go. Poison is not that useful to me, Bai Tianyu said. He swallowed some poisons in big mouthfuls, and the extremely evil blood in his body could dissolve them. So he was very confident. Chapter 248, Zhou Zuanshan pays respect to the mountain. Yuan follows the clouds out. Young master, the second princess of Zuanayan Tower, Li Shiren, came to Lingnan County. She must have some ideas about Lingnan County, Zhou Zuanshan said. Did the owner of Zuanayan Tower send his third disciple Li Muang to Lingnan County? Why did he send Li Shiren? Li Shiren is good at controlling others. It seems that she wants to control Su Chen of Shanmen, but they may underestimate Su Chen. Bai Tianyu shook his head. Su Chen relied on external forces. Who did he rely on? Murin Qingjin, Mei Zuanshuang, and Zihanayu in the dark. Among these three people, Zihanayu rarely shows up. But she is definitely a beauty who can overwhelm the country. Su Chen can take the initiative in front of these three people, which shows that he has a strong resistance to beauty. It is probably difficult for Li Shiren to take down Su Chen. Suddenly, he was stunned. In addition to Li Shiren, there is also Li Muang. He has seen Li Muang before. She has a beautiful face. Li Muang is indeed extraordinary in appearance. The two of them took action, which is to completely take down Su Chen. Send me an invitation to Su Chen. I want to meet the headmaster of the Shan sect, Bai Tianyu said to Zhou Zuanshan beside him. I will go to Shan sect in person, Zhou Zuanshan said. The two dead were his subordinates. He would not kill Su Chen this time, but he would teach Su Chen a lesson. Bai Tianyu glanced at Zhou Zuanshan, understood his thoughts, but did not say anything. Zhou Zuanshan was going to pay respect to the mountain. As long as he was not too outrageous, his safety would not be a problem. Moreover, although Zhou Zuanshan only had one difficulty of heaven and man, with the strength of his physical body, he could fight against two difficulties of heaven and man. Inside Shan sect, Zihanayu attacked 3 sects in a row. Su Chen looked at the information reported in front of him, and his pupils suddenly shrank. There are 10 major sects in Lingnan County. Xian sect was annexed by Shan sect, Zuki sect was destroyed by Jinfeng Ziayu Tower, Chiayu sect and Xian Villa, Lingayu sword sect destroyed by Jiu Iao Shenzhen, and Zihanayu destroyed Qinjian sect together with their Shan sect. There are already 7 major forces. Now he has eliminated the remaining 3 major forces. In other words, Shan sect has now nominally unified the entire 10 major sects. What does Zihanayu want to do? Among these 3 major sects, Lingnan sect, Liquan Mountain, and Qinglong Temple can have nothing to do with each other, Su Chen said in his heart. Is this to help me become the number 1 sect in Lingnan County? It seems that next, I have to do something. I don't know what you want me to do, Su Chen's eyes flashed. For the current Shan sect in the eyes of outsiders, there is a fatal flaw, that is, the lack of masters. It is simply impossible to control the other 7 major forces he occupies. Once someone pries them, these people will rebel, and the current situation of Shan sect will fall apart. Castle in the air. 5 Poison Boy. Go and leave some elders of these sects, and secretly poison them all. After controlling them, tell them not to spread the news. If they spread the news, their clan will be exterminated, Su Chen said. The figure of the 5 Poison Boy disappeared in the Headmaster Hall. Su Chen has all the means and experts. After the personnel come out, he will slowly gather these forces. He will subdue the 7 major forces and make them the 7 external halls of Shanmen. At this time, Kui Wuhu and Yuan Suyin appeared at the gate of the mountain. Kui Wuhu is Su Chen's confidant. Yuan Suyin was dressed in black and wearing a bamboo hat. His face could not be seen clearly, but the cold air on his body could be felt by people far away. It seems that our Shanman has another expert. The headmaster is really not an ordinary person. At this time, a disciple spoke up. Yes, after the headmaster took over the Shan sect, our Shan sect's momentum is unmatched in Lingnan County. If it continues to expand like this, our Shan sect will have a place in the 9 northern counties. Some old elders dared to cause trouble to the headmaster. They really deserved to die and overestimated their own abilities. It is also fortunate that they overestimated their own abilities and provoked the headmaster, so that we can have the chance to come to the fore. As long as we practice hard, we can show our skills. This is what we want for the Shan sect. Some disciples spoke up one after another. All of them looked at the headmaster's hall, and their eyes were full of reverence. Not long after Kui Wuhu brought Yuan Suyin into the headmaster's hall. The headmaster's hall issued an edict. The internal structure of Shan sect changed. 3 deputy heads, 5 elders, and 8 inner halls were established under the headmaster of Shan sect. Other positions such as outer and inner gate deacons remained unchanged. In addition, the inner disciples of Shanmen remain unchanged, and all true disciples become inner disciples. Only when the outer disciples reach the level of refining spirit can they become inner disciples. True disciples need to be accepted by the hall master or above to become disciples. Not long after this decree was issued, Yuan Suyin became one of the 5 elders of Shanmen. After the 2 decrees were issued, the first decree did not cause much shock. All the elders died, and there will definitely be changes this time. It was just that for the second information, Yuan Suyin became one of the 5 elders of Shanmen, and many people were surprised. But it was soon reported that Yuan Suyin was a master invited back from outside by Kui Wuhu, and his strength was in the realm of heaven and man. When this news came out, the entire Shanmen was shocked. Heaven and man realm, Shanmen has been established for so many years. I am afraid that only the first Shanmen master has reached the realm of heaven and man, and the others have never been out of the realm of heaven and man. Now Shanmen actually has a master in the realm of heaven and man. Now Shanmen has confidence. Although Lingnan County had 10 major sects and several major families before, no one had entered the heavenly man realm. Therefore, Lingnan County was the weakest among the entire 9 northern counties. Now, I didn't expect that their Shan sect also had a master of the heavenly man realm. Outside the Shan gate, King Kong Fist Zhou Zuanshan appeared at the Shan gate. I am Zhou Zuanshan from the Qianquan sect, and I come to pay my respects to Master Su. Zhou Zuanshan handed the visiting card in his hand to the gatekeeper disciple of the Shan gate. The gatekeeper didn't know who Zhou Zuanshan was, but he knew that the Qianquan sect was a giant level force in the 9 northern counties. Please wait. I will report to the master immediately. The disciple turned around quickly and headed for the master's hall. Master, Zhou Zuanshan from the Qianquan sect came to pay his respects, the disciple reported after entering. Qianquan sect, Zhou Zuanshan, I thought it was Bai Tianyu, please let him in, Su Chen ordered. Master, this time the other party may not have good intentions. Let me go meet him first. The people of Qianquan sect were killed by them. Now the other party is paying homage to the mountain. It is not a kind intention. So Yuan Suyin in the hall said. Then Elder Yuan, you go to meet Zhou Zuanshan from Qianquan sect. Su Chen nodded. If you want to become a big sect, you will not tolerate the other party being presumptuous in the master's hall. When the other party enters Shan gate, you should put a certain amount of pressure on him and show the strength of Shan gate. In this way, it can not only deter the other party, but also enhance the momentum of the disciples of the mountain gate. Outside Shan gate, Zhou Zuanshan was a little unhappy. He was a member of Qianquan sect in the 9 northern counties. When they heard that they were Qianquan sect, they should have politely let him into the mountain gate first. But now the other party asked him to wait outside this gate. This is disrespectful to their Qianquan sect. After meeting, we must let Su Chen and Shan sect feel the majesty of Qianquan sect. Zhou Zuanshan suppressed his anger. At this moment, his mind suddenly moved. He looked towards the Shan gate. A young man in a light blue brocade robe walked out of the Shan gate. As soon as the young man appeared, Zhou Zuanshan felt a chilling pressure sweeping over him. Chapter 249, Suppression at the First Sight. Money helps. Zhou Zuanshan was stunned. How could there be such a master in Shan's sect? I am Yuan Su Ayan, the elder of Shan sect. You are from Xianquan sect and want to see our headmaster, Yuan Su Ayan said while looking at Zhou Zuanshan outside the mountain gate. At the moment of speaking, his figure flashed and appeared in front of Zhou Zuanshan. His aura surged, and the strength of Shinrin Ernan burst out. He did not burst out his full strength. The strength of Shinrin Sanan, joining Shan sect would be a bit too incredible. The strength of Shinrin Ernan burst out. For a time, a terrifying aura spread. Some disciples outside Shan sect, under this aura, felt palpitations and looked at Yuan Suayan in horror. This was the elder newly appointed by the headmaster. His aura suppressed them so much that they could not move, which was a bit terrifying. You Xianquan sect, you made trouble in my Shan sect before, and you came to pay homage to me. I really want to see the strength of your Xianquan sect. Yuan Su Ayan's palm turned red. Cinnabar palm. A palm went towards Zhou Zuanshan. This Zhou Zuanshan's realm was at the first level of heaven and man, and his physical strength was not bad. Yuan Su Ayan had just come to this world and wanted to know the strength of some strong people in this world. Zhou Zuanshan saw Yuan Su Ayan attack directly. Anger surged in his eyes, and in an instant a wave of energy surged out of him. The energy of the first level of heaven and man, and he raised his arm. A strong force surged in his arm, and punched out. The punch was as fast as lightning. Blast towards the palm attacking Yuan Suayan. Originally, he also wanted to see how Shanman dared to kill his people. Now the people of Shanman took action first. Although the opponent's energy was higher than his horizontal training method was not ordinary. Even if it was the second level of heaven and man, so what? I will still fight. Bang! The attacks of the two collided with each other, and a low sound came from the place where they fought. Then a wave of air swept out from the place where they fought, and blocked Yuan Su Ayan's attack with one blow. Zhou Zuanshan's face became ferocious, and he swung his fist to attack Yuan Su Ayan. But Yuan Su Ayan's figure turned into a bloody light and disappeared in front of him. When he appeared again, he was already behind him, with his palm raised. He clapped his hands and slapped them in an instant, and a palm was directly printed on the opponent's body. The opponent sensed Yuan Su Ayan's attack, and in a hurry, he quickly raised a key force to block Yuan Su Ayan's attack. But under Yuan Su Ayan's big clap, his hastily raised key shield was instantly shattered, and his palm was directly printed on his back, and a key force instantly poured into the opponent's body. Roar! Zhou Zuanshan roared, and the key and blood in his body surged wildly to resist the key force that poured into his body. But at this time, Yuan Su Ayan's palm became red, and slapped it again. This time, the palm was burning and directly printed on the opponent's body. Suddenly, a burnt smell came from him. Boom! His body was blown away directly. A burning palm print appeared behind him. A fire poison rushed into his body, burning his meridians, but this fire poison only bombarded his meridians, but did not flow into his heart, so he was not in any danger. If the headmaster didn't want to see you, you would die today. Come with me to see the headmaster. Yuan Su Ayan looked at Zhou Zuanshan and said. Zhou Zuanshan's internal key power had just reached the first level of heaven and man, and his physical strength and defense were very strong. He first clapped his hands to target the opponent's key power, and then used the palm method of Zhasha palm, which was specially used to injure the physical body, to injure the opponent and break his physical body, so that he could injure the opponent so quickly. Of course, if he kills the opponent. Even if Yuan Su Ayan does not explode the strength of the third level of heaven and man, there are many ways to kill him. Yuan Su Ayan has learned a lot of martial arts, and he has almost brought all the martial arts he has learned to the extreme. It is not terrible for a person to master multiple martial arts, but it is extremely terrible if he can make full use of each martial art. He has collected so many secrets from many families and his moves can be changed at will. Such a person will quickly make a way to crack the opponent's martial arts. Zhou Zuanshan looked at Yuan Su Ayan and said, Master Su, I'm gone. Our Xianquan sect's young master wants to meet your Master Su. This is the invitation from our young master. Zhou Zuanshan raised his hand, and the invitation flew into Yuan Su Ayan's hand, and then went directly down the mountain. Without any stop. Yuan Su Ayan took the invitation and went to Shan Gate. Outside Shan Gate, seeing Yuan Su Ayan take action and bursting out a breath, they felt palpitations. It was not until Yuan Su Ayan and Zhou Zuanshan left that they recovered their minds and breathed deeply. Then their eyes were full of heat. Shangate had such a strong master. How could Shangate not prosper? In their hearts, they could not help but admire the master again. A strong man who could subdue the difficulties of heaven and man. Who can compare to this ability? In the headmaster's hall, Yuan Suan handed over the visiting card from the young master of the Qianquan sect. Zhou Zuanshan should have used the technique created by the young master of the Qianquan sect to enter the realm of heaven and man. He has very little energy in the realm of heaven and man, and his physical strength is strong. When fighting him, I suppressed my strength to the level of heaven and man. I took action first, took advantage of his energy weakness, and combined with my technique, I broke his physical body. With his strength, he can fight against ordinary warriors of the two difficulties of heaven and man, Yuan Suan said. Is that so? The Qianquan sect cannot be underestimated, but what does the young master of the Qianquan sect mean by asking me? Su Chen opened Bai Jizhan's visiting card. You have to come to the mountain to visit me tomorrow. Su Chen frowned slightly. Bai Jizhan is not a simple person. He can be said to be a genius. And he has been in the dark. Now he wants to visit him. Some things he didn't expect. Let's meet Bai Jizhan tomorrow and see what his intentions are. Su Chen couldn't think of it, and he didn't think about it. Fatty, how is the business layout of the bank in Lingnan County? Is Li Wei still cooperating? Su Chen asked later. He helped Li Wei get rid of Wen Yifan temporarily, and now Li Wei is the only official figure in Lingnan County. Many things can help him. Very cooperative, I'm doing it very smoothly. But the people of the Money Gang have arrived in Lingnan County, and I got the news that the Money Gang will set up the first bank in 3 days, the fat man said in a deep voice. The first bank? Is it silent, or did they hire people? Su Chen asked. Not hiring people is very low-key. The fat man frowned and said, according to reason, the Money Gang, a force like this, should have hired many people to open a bank in Lingnan County. But they didn't hire anyone, but secretly announced that they were going to open the bank in 3 days. They want to see who will go to congratulate them on the opening of the bank, Su Chen said coldly. On the day of the opening, Fatty, you go there on behalf of Shenman, and go see who went to the opening ceremony, Su Chen said. Among those who went, there must be a group of people who have already turned to the Money Gang, so we need to pay attention. Yes, Fatty bowed and left the hall. Master, do I still need to recruit people? After Fatty left, Kui Wuhu stepped forward and said, no recruitment for the time being, you should assist Wudu Tongzi and finish the things he has in his hands as soon as possible, there will be things for you to do later, Su Chen said. After unifying so many forces, Zhi Hanayu and Mei Zuanshuang should also look for him. He should be asked to find something. Chapter 250, Cruel, Zuanan Tower, Li Sherun. Lingnan County. In front of a dilapidated temple deep in a dense forest outside the West City. A sedan stopped in front of the dilapidated temple. The sedan was carried by 4 big men, with burly bodies and muscles as strong as bricks and stones. Next to the sedan were 2 girls wearing blue mountain clothes. The 2 girls had delicate features and were wearing palace clothes, but their bodies had not yet fully developed. They stood on both sides of the sedan. Second princess, the girl on the right lifted the curtain of the sedan. A woman with a curvy figure and straight and slender legs walked out of the sedan. The woman's lips were rosy and crystal, and she looked very attractive. There was a hint of tenderness between her eyebrows, which made people love and pity her. Are all the people here? The woman said to the girl next to her. Except for Lord Zhu, everyone else has arrived, the woman next to her hurriedly replied. Let's go. The woman led the 2 girls into the dilapidated temple. There were 4 people in the dilapidated temple at this time. One was dressed in black, holding a long sword without a scabbard in his hand. He was leaning against a pillar in the dilapidated temple and closing his eyes to rest. Not far from him, sat an old man in a red robe, his eyes were gloomy, as if he could eat people's hearts. There was also a man in blue, who gave off a sense of thunder power. He seemed to be a practitioner of thunder-attributed skills, with a burly figure and gloves on his arms. The last person was a woman with a scar on her face. Her eyes were gray, giving people a sense of lifelessness. There was nothing else on her except the aura of death. But being able to stand here must be something extraordinary. The second princess is here. The man in blue felt the changes outside, his face lit up and he said. His eyes were looking towards the entrance of the ruined temple. The woman called the second princess walked into the ruined temple. Meet the second princess. The 4 of them saluted the visitor at the same time. We have to trouble you again this time, the woman said in a gentle voice. It is our honor to work for the second princess, the four said at the same time. This time I came to Lingnan County, mainly to help Zuanayan Tower unify the martial arts forces in Lingnan County, but now the martial arts forces in Lingnan County have been occupied by Shanmen. If we want to rule Lingnan County, we have to conquer Shanmen. Do you have any good ideas? The second princess said. From the conversation, it is known that the second princess is Li Sharon of Zuanayan Tower. Second princess, the strength of Shanmen is average, and the headmaster Su Chen is only at the soul refining realm, but he has the support of Mei Zuanshuang of Changhan Palace and Murin Qingchen of the princess. Did you clean up Shanmen yesterday? Now there should be no one on the Shanmen side to oppose him, as long as we take down the forces he controls. The second princess can easily take over Lingnan County, the man in blue said. They can take down these forces, which means they have the means to control these forces. We have no results from these forces, the red-robed old man retorted. Old Ghost Li, are you going to take action against Su Chen? The blue-robed man looked at the red-robed old man and said. Hearing this, the red-robed old man did not respond to his words. To attack Su Chen would mean to attack Mei Zuanshuang and Murin Qingchen. He was not so stupid as to attack Su Chen. Watching the conversation between the few people, Li Sharon's expression did not change, but a trace of displeasure flashed in the depths of his eyes. At this moment, a man in blood-stained clothes walked in from outside. The blood-stained man was not tall, but the aura he exuded was extremely terrifying. As soon as he entered the ruined temple, the temperature in the temple dropped a lot. He carried a ghost-headed sword on his back, with runes engraved on the ghost head, emitting a cold aura. Seeing this blood-stained man, the other four people showed fear in their expressions. The blood-stained man did not look at the four people, but looked at Li Sharon. There was a blazing light flashing in his eyes, as if he wanted to swallow Li Sharon. Facing such a look, Li Sharon looked calm, and his body moved unconsciously, moving closer to the blood-stained man. Brother Zhu, why are you late? Li Sharon asked softly. A master of both heaven and man appeared in Shan sect, and injured Zhou Zuanshan of Xianquan sect in a few moves. What? Upon hearing this, not only Li Sharon's expression changed, but everyone else's expression was shocked. A master of both heaven and man appeared in Shan sect, except for the newly appeared man in blood-stained clothes. The strength of the others was only at the level of unity of spirit and soul, and they were no match for him at all. You four continue to collect information about Su Chen, the second princess, and I still have some things to do, the man in blood-stained clothes said to the four people. Yes, the four people quickly left the ruined temple without staying here at all. As for what the man in blood-stained clothes was going to do, they all knew it. After the four people left, the man in blood-stained clothes reached out and hugged Li Sharon around the waist, and walked out of the temple. Go straight to the sedan chair. Without avoiding anyone, a scene of singing and dancing appeared in the sedan chair. After a while, a scream suddenly came from the sedan chair. Then a body was thrown out of the sedan chair, and it was the man in blood-stained clothes from before. With the appearance of new prey, he is useless. By absorbing his power, my strength will be further improved. Bury his body, let's go. Li Sharon's voice rang out in the sedan chair. The two blue-shirted women beside the sedan chair quickly left with the body. The other four big men lifted the sedan chair and headed towards Lingnan County City. Lingnan County Mansion. Zhou Zuanshan had already returned. At this time, the power left by Yuan Suiyan in his body had been dissolved by Bai Jizhan. Young sect master, I'm embarrassed for you, Zhou Zuanshan said. This is nothing, you still have less ki in your body. If you encounter a general warrior with both heaven and man difficulties, you can compete with him with your physical strength, but this Yuan Suiyan is not ordinary, his ki is strong, and the palm he imprinted on you has the power to break the horizontal training body. If you want to block his power, your physical body needs to be strengthened, Bai Jizhan said. The opponent is strong and his body movements are very strange. I couldn't even use the boxing skills you taught me, young master. I will definitely be able to use them next time we meet, Zhou Zuanshan said. If a boxer loses, he still has to fight back with his fists. I don't care much about Yuan Suiyan. I'm curious about how Su Chen subdued such a master. There is no such master in Lingnan County or the 9 northern counties. He should not care about fame and fortune, but he showed up at this time and joined the Shan Gate. This Su Chen's methods are extraordinary. Tomorrow I want to see what kind of person this Su Chen is. I hope we can cooperate. After this turmoil in the 9 northern counties, it will not be peaceful.
It needs some powerful allies to resist foreign forces. A gleam of light flashed in Bai Jizhun's eyes. Then he asked, someone from the money gang has arrived in Lingnan County. Go to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower and see if you can buy some information. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.